Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the St. Louis Cardinals.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball on Cardinals TV is powered by MLB. For the final time, we join you from Daycon Park in Houston, where the Cardinals hope to break out the brooms and sweep away the struggling Houston Astros. Hi again, everybody. Brad Thompson, Chip Carey, Danny Wexelman coming along in just a moment. How about the Cardinals? They've powered up. They have won 4 straight games, Brad, and they've scored 5 or more runs in each one of them.
Dude, offense has been loud, almost as loud as that sports coat right there. Look, this team is firing on all cylinders right now, Chip. They're doing a little bit of everything. How about them powering up the 5 home runs so far in this series?
It's really been fun. The opponents could use some Pepto-Bismol like this colored jacket. It's because the Cardinals offense is really spread around. It's not just one guy that's doing it right now offensively.
No, it's been a little bit of everybody, like your Hyundai in the driver's seat. What about Nolan Gorman so far this series? That big 3-run blast also added that 2 RBI double right down the line. That was a great swing of the bat. Much needed length in this lineup for Nolan Gorman.
Alec Burleson, I think we take him for granted. He's hard to strike out. He hits the ball hard, and he's racking up multi-hit game after multi-hit game.
I think you bring up a great point. He's just super consistent. This is what you expect out of him. 4 for 9 in the series, a pair of doubles. He does have the homer. He scored a couple. By the way, he's playing a fantastic first base. A lot of good things there.
Alec Burleson is rocking and rolling, and it was a happy homecoming for Mason Wynn. We've been waiting for him to break out. Maybe some Texas teas what he needed.
He has got all kinds of family and friends here. He's been talking about that Bluebell ice cream, too. Powered up, got himself a fastball in the inner half, put it deep into the Crawford boxes. So, 2 for 10, driven in 4. Can't wait to see what he's got in store in the finale.
So the offense is rolling, so's the back end of the bullpen. How about Riley O'Brien? He's been tough to hit. He's been perfect in save opportunities. He was dominant in a brief stint last night. We'll break that down for you as we get set to sweep the Astros on Sunday.
So I hammer the rudder.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Budweiser. This Bud's for you by Central Bank, the hometown bank of the Cardinals. Visit cardinalschecking.com and buy your quality Ford dealers Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. The Cardinals have won 5 series so far this season, but now a chance to get a little greedy and try to sweep away Houston. And one way you do that, Brad, is with a dominant 9th-inning man.
You have the lead late and hand it over to this guy. How about this sinker from Riley O'Brien? This thing's averaging 98 miles an hour, runs it up to 100, and the thing runs a couple of feet across the zone. Good luck as a righty or a lefty facing that. He has been so good this season.
He has not given up a hit, Brad, since April the 1st, and while you would have preferred maybe not to have to use him last night, at least he threw just 7 pitches.
Oh, that's it, right? He was effective early on, 6 for 6 and save, and the moment hasn't been too big for Riley O'Brien.
I love all my pitches. The sinker's nice when it's on and I'm attacking the zone and I can just kind of go right after guys with it and see what they do. It's fun to come into games when it's close and at the end of the game and hopefully shut it down. But yeah, I think it's one of the most exciting innings in baseball, the last inning. So it's fun to be out there.
And it's fun to watch Riley O'Brien do his thing. Heck, it's fun watching all the Cardinals do their things. They've won 4 straight. They're a half game out of first place. And they hope to break out the brooms and sweep away the Astros before we head to Miami to start a series tomorrow. It is go time in Houston, Texas. The Cardinals and Astros wrapping up our 3-game series. Nice crowd gathering on a beautiful Sunday. Danny Wexelman, Brad Thompson, and yours truly, Chip Carey, as the Cardinals trying to continue their win streak. They've won 4 consecutive games. They're doing it all, Brad, in all facets of the game, and maybe most surprisingly, they're doing it with a lot of power up and down this lineup, which has really jumped over the last week and a half.
It really has. We showed you the numbers here in this series. They're putting up a lot of extra base hits, a lot of crooked numbers on the scorecard, and as you mentioned, it's been a little bit of everybody in Ollie's lineup getting it done. That's how they wanted it to be built. 7 different players scored a run last night. All 9 starters reached base. 7 players had a hit or more in the game. And you'd like that trend to continue against Mike Burrows. He's a former Pirate and facing the Cardinals for the first time. He's 1-3 with an ERA approaching 6.6.
Yeah, Burrows making his 5th start of the season here. He made 19 starts a year ago with the Pirates. Here's a look at his arsenal. Changeup, 4-seam slider, sinker, and curve. That changeup, by far his most effective pitch. Throws that one under the zone. Gets a lot of swing and miss down there.
I think that's a good point you make. If there's been a pitch the Cardinals have had trouble timing up, it has been the changeup. We'll see how they fare against Burrows here in Game 3. The Cardinals 5-3 on the road, have won 4 straight. Joe Espada, it's been a struggle. Their pitching staff is shredded. They're missing a lot of regular players, and they are 6 games under 500. J.J. Weatherholt set to go, and Game 3 starts with a blazing fastball. It's a strike for the Cardinals' leadoff hitter. J.J. Weatherholt 3 for 6 in the series and has scored 3 runs. Lifted out of play and quickly 0-2.
JJ also been a human pincushion the last 3 games. He's been hit by a pitch in each one of the last 3, but just an on-base machine. And even, who knows how this at-bat's going to end here, but even when you get in counts like this with him, you feel confident that he's going to be able to foul some stuff off, work some counts, and figure out a way.
Weatherholt with a .380 on-base percentage, has walked 14 times and has scored 17 runs, Brad, despite a .236 average.
Yeah, and the hits are going to come, and they're going to come in bunches for him, but to be able to still get on and produce is incredibly helpful for this offense. Setting the table, that's what it's about.
Lance Barrett said that one was off the plate, and here we are once again with Weatherholt, his 5th pitch, and a 2-2 count. It's really remarkable how often this happens for JJ. 0-1, 0-2, and then he battles back and forces the all-important 3-2.
Look, we talked about it in the ball game yesterday, but it is very reminiscent of Brendan Donovan, the way that he would have at-bats, get deep, and make something happen.
That one is over the inside corner. JJ hopped out of the way, and Burrows comes back with a strikeout. He's got 19 of those in 22 innings for Houston. So time for our Bet365 betting odds. Let's see what the line is for Ivan Herrera today for the Cardinals. Herrera 2 hits, 3 runs, including a homer. And he too has been hit in back-to-back games by a pitch. And it was almost 3 in a row with that one.
Yeah, not something anybody's trying to lead the club in right there. Seen some erratic pitching early on from the Astros in this one. As we all know, that's been their biggest issue. As a pitching staff, man, the Astros have struggled mightily. Their team ERA is north of 6. That's the worst mark in baseball.
Off the thumbs of Herrera, 1 ball, 2 strikes, except for Hunter Brown. Every Astros starter that's made more than 1 start has an ERA over 5. That's a tough way to play.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of the issues, and I know that Joe Espada is very happy with seeing his guy pump strikes. A lot of the issues have been free passes, right? We've seen that already in this series. A couple of walks, those guys inevitably come around to score somehow, some way. Those bite you.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Herrera with red-hot Alec Burleson waiting on deck. What is your Toyota key for the Cardinals to sweep?
Yeah, it's going to be leave it down. Talking about that changeup and that slider. That one right there under the zone, that's going to be one of the biggest keys. Can the Cardinals lay off of that? That's where he's getting his whiff. That's where he's getting his swing and miss. We'll take another look at this one from Mike Burrows. Out of the hand, that was never up, right? You got to, right now, anything at the bottom of the zone, you almost let go until you get to 2 strikes because his 4-seam, his fastball is going to ride more at the top of the zone.
Alec Burleson bats 4 for 9 in the series and 5 multi-hit games in his last 6.
Alec has 11 hits over the last 6 games he has played for the Redbirds, and picked up his 400th hit with a double as a big leaguer last night. Burrows is pumping strikes, 0-2 the count.
Now Burrows looking to bounce back. He struggled last time against Seattle. He did go 6 innings, but also gave up 11 hits, 6 earned runs in that one.
That's headed for the upper deck off to our left. Let's check out the Astros defense. Whitcomb gets the start in left. Shea's only had a handful of games in the outfield in the major leagues. Taylor Trammell in center, Cam Smith in right, 3 Gold Glovers on the infield. And Isaac Paredes is at third base. That'll be the first ball in play. It's going to be a 1-2-3 Cardinal first inning. And Matthew Liberatore to work. The Astros trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Matthew trying to jump back into the win column as he makes the start on the road in Game 3 in Houston.
Explore. Only at your quality Ford dealers. Ford, moving with the Midwest.
Brad, the Cardinals opening day starter was Matthew Liberatore. He's going to close out this series with the Astros looking for his first win of the year.
Yeah, second road start of the season for Matthew Liberatore. First career start against the Astros as we take a look at the pitch arsenal for Matthew Liberatore. 4-seam slider combo. Changeup has been very good. Curve, sinker, cutter, and that occasional split finger that he was tinkering with in the offseason.
Squibb toward first on the first pitch, off the heel of the glove, but no panic, and Libby to the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out. That takes care of Carlos Correa. The Astros have really shuffled their lineup. Just 2 left-handed bats. You got to worry about this guy, of course, Yordan Alvarez, who's terrorized us in this series. The other left-handed bat, Taylor Trammell, batting 9th. Altuve is hitting 3rd in Game 3.
Trying to shake something right. Again, the offense hasn't been the big issue, but just trying to maximize this one. Left on left here, not necessarily a huge issue for Alvarez, is it?
He's only 12 for 23 with 4 homers against lefties this year.
All right, well, you know, make some pitches, right? That's going to be the key. That good slider away is going to be a key, too. Can you get him leaning out on that front foot? Tried it there. Oh, this guy he's fun to watch. More fun when he's not playing against your team.
Of course.
But one of the most prolific sluggers in the game. 9 home runs on the season.
Early season MVP candidate, you could say, for Alvarez. Has also driven in 20 runs. He leads the American League in extra base hits, total bases, and RBIs. And he's going to tap slowly to first. Another easy play for Burleson. Like last night, a lot of ground balls to start the game for Libby. In this park, that's a great way to survive. As we look at the rest of the Cardinals defense, Church, Scott, and Walker. That's impressive. In the outfield, Gorman, Wynn, Weatherholt, Burleson, Pedro Pajes is the man behind the plate. And Altuve next. After this one concludes, Altuve will be 2 games away from 2,000 as an Astro. And he jumps on the first one and lines to right. How easy was that? Liberatore breezes through the first with a 1-2-3 of his own. To the second we go, no score.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Fans score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cardinals, the official source for your Cardinals gear. In the top of the second, Walker, Gorman, and Wynn coming up for the Cardinals. Walker extended his batting streak, Brad, to 13 in a row last night.
It's been impressive, and you can see opposition's trying a little everything with him. It's not just spinning him away all the time. This one, good 96-mile-an-hour fastball. We have seen a lot of pitchers trying to do that, trying to pitch him backwards late when he's looking for that slider, be able to sneak that gas past him. We'll see what Mike Burrows is thinking about, but I just love the approach and the confidence that Jordan Walker has shown at the plate this year.
7 homers in the last 13 games. And they're going to challenge that one. That looked to be center cut. Diaz appeals immediately. Let's see if he's right. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And Jordan Walker is down on strikes.
I talked about how teams are getting a little more creative with him. That was a right-on-right changeup there from Burrows to get the freeze. Pretty good pitch.
So he struck out 3 of the first 4 Cardinals batters. Nolan Gorman is next. Let's see how he handles the changeup today. Gorman a homer, 5 RBIs in the series. And outside, ball 1.
It's been great to see a couple of big swings of the bat here from Gorman. You know how much this club could use that length, that power threat in the middle of the order.
And it's fun talking about a middle of a lineup. Burleson 6-game hit streak. Walker 13. Gorman 3. Wynn 5. Nathan Church has hit safely in his last 3. And upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Gorman back-to-back games with 2 or more RBIs, and ribbies in 10 of the 19 games he has played for St. Louis. And there's the changeup.
It's a really firm changeup, a little bit different look. Generally, you see that pitch about 10 miles an hour off of the fastball. He's running his changeup up there about 89, 90 miles an hour, so only a 5-6 mile an hour difference.
And somewhere Tom Glavine is crying. That was his fastball, 88 or 89.
Well, times change.
Yes,
Good point. Guns are juiced is all it is, Tom. No big deal. That's what I keep telling myself.
There you go. 3 homers, 14 ribbies for Gorman. The Astros got Mike Burrows, part of a 3-team deal, I should say. Pirates, Tampa Bay, and Houston hooked up. Burrows 1-3 on the year. An astounding 103 batters faced and 22 innings pitched coming into today's action.
Been a whole lot of traffic against him. 33 hits in his 22 innings coming in.
That one served to right. Pretty well hit, but it's going to be caught by Smith. He retreats shy of the track. And it's 5 up, 5 down for Burrows. 2 away for Mason Wynn. Mason's average climbing. He's at 190, but he's gotten hot. He's hit safely in his last 5 games. Big 2-run homer here last night. A lot of friends and family from Katy, Texas to watch him play this weekend. Katy's about 25-30 miles west of Dyken Park. And a strike. They play Mason straight away on the infield and the outfield. That's well outside, even count. One of the most distinctive and unique parks in baseball here in Houston. All the odd angles, all the areas to aim at. If you're an outfielder, you are going to earn your paycheck as a visiting player in a 3-game series here.
It takes a lot of work, right? Beforehand, during BP, watching how everything comes off the wall. The reps really matter. The details matter.
But of course, that tantalizing target in left, the Crawford boxes. 315 happy feet away. That's where Mason went last night. See if he can do it with 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the second.
A lot of times, too, as a pitcher, you almost want the opposition to be thinking about that. Get pull happy, especially if you can locate on the outer half.
Full count. A couple of those for Burrows in the game. Nathan Church would love a chance to hit here in the second. Cardinals, as you know, unbeaten when they score first. A perfect 8-0 on the year. The pitch. That almost got Pop Warner. Look out. Pop ducked out of the way.
Pop's like a statue. He ain't moving. He's fine. He's good. Probably didn't see it.
And he decided to move to the warning track.
Probably a good call. Sneak back a little
Get
bit.
out of harm's way.
Again, the base coaches are limited. It's supposed to stay within that coach's box.
You can back up toward the dugout all you want, but you have to stay within the invisible lines of that rectangle. The pitch is cut on and missed. 4 strikeouts for Burrows. He's perfect. 6 up, 6 down through 2 innings. He hasn't had to use his outfield much yet. This is a fun place to watch a big league ball game, and Danny Wexman joined John Jay for a walk around the warning track to talk about the intricacies of Daikin Park.
Houston, Texas, so unique, so interesting. Danny Wexelman, John Jay, outfield coach, assistant coach with the St. Louis Cardinals. And we're starting in left field because it is so quirky out here. And I know that you got to talk to your guys about all the interesting parts. Scoreboard, padding. Walk me through what's going on out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of, this is obviously a unique field. There's a lot of different intricacies here, but I mean, the first thing is it's 315 down the line. That's pretty short, you know, compared to standards in Major League Baseball. So it's a shorter porch, and then you have the high wall here. And then there's different things that happen here, right? Ball can hit off this, and it can go straight down, it can go off to the sides with this kind of harder thing. So you really got to keep your head on your head on the swivel here. You know, balls typically go in the corner and they'll just pop straight out here. So that's nothing too crazy, but this is obviously the bigger play right here. And what makes it a lot different too is when you are making a throw home, it's a lot shorter distance. So sometimes you don't even have a cutoff man just because it's such a short throw.
Padding here.
Yeah. So then
this is different.
This is the one section that's a little bit different, right? Where you have actual padding. So the ball's gonna come off of this pretty hard, and like you see, like it goes from the metal part to the padding here. So this is just like a little 10-foot radius where you do have the padding here, which is it's pretty different.
So then as we walk farther, there's like concrete here at the bottom, right? The bottom of the scoreboard that it can bounce off of. And then it's 366 to 399 in this wild left center field corner here. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's different. So a big thing here too is, right, usually this will be straight up in left field, right? So you really have to know where that angle is coming off your left side. So, you know, if I'm playing a little bit more over here, I really have to know where that angle is going out to the wall and out to the other side. Now that we'll check out. Okay,
let's look at this. So what's the simplest way you talk to your guys about playing an angle like this?
Yeah, so this is where it gets tricky here, right? Where a ball can literally hit off of this and end up shooting all the way that way. So it's very important here where, you know, we always tell our outfielders to back each other up, but here especially, you never know where the ball's going to hit. So everyone's live and everyone has to kind of be ready for that. Okay, and then as we walk closer to center field, I mean, this is fascinating too. So this is chain fence. I've watched in batting practice, it hits this and dies. Yeah. These guys know it. You've got to be ready for that. Yeah, so it can hit this and die, but then it can also hit this and take off. So you never know what's going to happen. Then you kind of see over here, it's kind of angled, and that's concrete up there. So I've seen balls hit off that and just shoot directly that way. So it's something that's a little bit different that you don't see in many ballparks.
Is this the weirdest outfield situation?
It has to be the weirdest outfield, yeah, for sure.
Right?
Now that I think about it. Then now you have this little kind of square section coming off here. That kind of, but then also now I dive in here. So there's a lot of things going on here in the outfield, especially in this particular part.
I mean, the Cardinals defense has been one of the best in baseball so far early this season. I'm watching you do the work with the guys. How much extra prep work goes into a ballpark like this?
Yeah, we talk about it. You know, this is definitely one of those ballparks when you get here the first day, you kind of walk it and kind of really go over what's going on here. Like you said, it's not traditional. And then you have kind of a higher wall here, which is a little bit different, which once we go to right field, you'll see. But you know, there's a pretty high wall here where even to rob a home run, I mean, you really got to get up there. But you know, the ball's going to come pretty hard off this padding, and as you can see, like the angle's a little bit different how it comes over here. And then as we get to center field, I mean, it's 409 feet out here, so it's pretty, it's very spacious. And I remember back in the days when they had the hill on center field. I got to play a couple games out here, and that was something that was really different, where you actually had a flagpole in the middle of the hill. That was kind of it was a different circumstance.
Do you practice during BP, trying to shag as many as you can to get used to the hill? Can you?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's what we used to do. But you know, the first day of a series, we get out here and guys will shag, will take balls in center field, and I'll hit them off the fungal so they can get used to the new warning track and how far it is to the fence, because every field's a little bit different. This warning track's bigger than most standard MLB stadiums.
And when that happens, what do you tell your guys? Like, what's important for them to know?
Well, for them, they just need to know what length it's going to take for them to get to a ball, whether it's going straight back or whether they're going at an angle. So we'll take some reps out here so they can get used to it with angles like.
That's really interesting. So as we walk closer to right field, I mean, two things stand out. Obviously, it's more simply constructed out here, but you still have the fence and then the padding down here. So what's important to know out here?
Yeah, the same thing with the angles, right? I mean, the ball can hit off this pole and you just don't know what direction it's going to go. So, and then you have the padding here in the bottom, but you can hit off the chain link and just die down. So there's a lot of different things going on back here as far as, just different dimensions. Then you have this kind of weird corner here where it's kind of jetting out this way, where typically you'd be a little bit deeper. But, during this ballpark, the corners are relatively short, but there's a lot of space in the middle of the field, which is a lot different.
Right field, we have the fence that goes in to this side here. The rest of it, though, is pretty self-explanatory. It's more classic outfield style.
It is more classic outfield, but the interesting thing here is if there's a deep fly ball here, it's either going to get caught or it's a home run, just because it's a short fence right here. So any high fly ball, you have a chance to rob just because of how short the fence is here.
Fun to rob home runs, right?
It is fun to rob home runs here.
Yeah,
for sure.
Last one is watching the rest of this outfield play out. Like, the key for the Cardinals, because the defense is so good, like what's the best thing you tell them?
I'll just keep doing what they're doing. I mean, we have some tremendous athletes out there, and just to trust your instincts is really the biggest thing. We put in a lot of work before the game, and just trust your work that you had before the game during the game. The biggest message.
Danny, John Jay, that was awesome.
It was great, man. Got a full-on lesson out there. There is so many nuances that go into it. John Jay works these guys hard, too. This is a group that is so incredibly prepared.
Swing, fly ball. That's headed toward the wall, and Church with a great catch up against the fence. Church took away a double. Great running grab up against the wall to rob Cam Smith.
Right on time. One of the things that John Jay was talking about there with Danny is the warning track here is bigger than most parks. Sometimes you're going to get on it. You better know how many steps you got. He never took his eye off the ball, though. Wasn't concerned at all about running into that wall. And you know that JJ liked what he saw right there out of Church.
So after a leadoff walk, Paredes strikes out. Smith retired in left. Now Yainer Diaz bats. Danny, that was great. You got your steps in this afternoon.
We got our steps in. Can I just give a lot of love to this coaching staff here with the Cardinals who allow us to have access like this, to talk to their coaching staff. John Jay, so gracious with his time right after fielding practice to walk around the outfield with me, guys, and just really kind of him to do that.
Super informative and a super inning for Matthew Liberatore. Great job, Danny. Thanks to John Jay. We head to the third in Game 3. More good Cardinal defense, this time in the outfield by Nathan Church. We are scoreless. Here we go, third inning. Cardinals and Astros scoreless after 2. Nathan Church, Pedro Pajes, and Victor Scott II are coming up. Good start by Matthew Liberatore. Speaking of good starts, our guest in the third inning is Andre Pallante, who had a terrific outing last night. Andre, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, happy to be on.
Tell us about how you felt after the game last night.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, happy with the results we got. Glad to get the win, get the series win already, and go for the sweep today. Defense played great behind me, and offense woke up, and bullpen shut it down. So it was a good win, and hoping to repeat today.
Tell us a little bit about game planning for a lineup like this. We know the Astros have not been rattling off wins left and right, but the offense has been one of the best in baseball. What are some of the challenges about game planning for this offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with every lineup, right? You know, most important things are getting ahead and putting guys away with 2 strikes. That's what Dusty always preaches to us, and the most important part of pitching in every game plan. So when you have a lineup that's doing well, you know, you have a little bit less wiggle room with the get ahead and the put away. So yeah, just kind of like being careful with your pitches, being aggressive, but also like knowing where your miss is and knowing where your execution is.
Well, you were able to put away, at least via strikeout, 5 guys with 2 strikes. What was working for you there?
Yeah, I think my slider was really sharp. I kept that just under the zone with 2 strikes, and my 2-seam fastball, which I throw kind of up and into righties, was pretty good.
That's Andre Pallante visiting with us on our Wells Fargo Active mic. What's it like pitching in this park? We just had Danny Wexelman and John Jay take us on a tour of the outfield here. With the Crawford boxes looking like they're 5 feet over your right shoulder. How tough is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an element of the game that you got to be aware of. But in reality, like, you know, we're trying to get everybody to induce weak contact. And regardless of how long the fences are, you know, if you give up weak contact, they're not going out anyways. So, I mean, really, it's just, you know, doesn't really change the game plan. It's just unfortunate when you give up that one fly ball over there that's hard enough to get out here, but not somewhere else. That kind of hurts. I know Leahy had one in his game, and it just sucks to have happen, but, you know, it's just part of the game.
Little pop into shallow right. Smith is coming on. He slides and puts that away. It's 8 up, 8 down for Mike Burrows.
All right, Andre, I'm interested in game day for you. Now, we were on the same bus yesterday on the way to the field. I'm not going to interrupt the starter on game day. You had your headset on. You were listening to something. What is your playlist like coming into a ballpark?
Actually, I normally don't necessarily always have my headphones on when I come to the field. Sometimes I'm a little bit more, you know, just in the moment, I guess you would say. But I've been listening to a lot of, like, my dad's music, some Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. So
I love it. I love it.
There's nothing better than 60s, 70s rock, and you did a great job last night. Brief visit, Andre. Let's do it again.
Awesome. Thank you.
Andre Palante, last night's winner. No score as we head to the home third in Houston.
Missouri is the getaway that gets you. Find your MO at visitmo.com.
Both starters have started well today. Just one base runner through 2.5 innings of play. Matthew Liberatore out for the third inning. And he'll start with Shea Whitcomb, who's batting 8th today. Whitcomb hit a home run last night, making his third start in the outfield in the big leagues. Liberatore a walk and a strikeout. Trammell and Correa to follow. Good velo on the fastball for Liberatore, who threw 6 pitches to get 3 outs in the first inning.
Well, I like him staying down there with that sinker, too. Like Andre was just telling us, yeah, you know the dimensions of a ballpark, but it comes down to executing pitches. You put the ball where you want to. This is something that Dave Duncan always preached. Ground balls don't get out of the ballpark, right? So if you're able to keep the ball down, utilize that defense behind you, you're going to end up having a lot of success.
So there'll be another full count. And fouled back. If there is something that's hurt Matthew in the first 4 starts, it's the home run ball. He's given up 5 of those. In fact, a homer in each of his first 4 starts coming into today's play.
Yeah, fortunately for Matthew, there hasn't been traffic on when these hit, right? And actually 3 of them have been left on left, a bit of an oddity. But this time the strikeout, a little more on that 4-seam chip, 95 at the top of the zone. We'll take another look at this one from Matthew Liberatore, your Chevy pit track, 95-mile-an-hour cheese up and away.
Velo's one thing, movement's something else, and Whitcomb got a little of both. Now Taylor Trammell is up. Trammell is 3 for 8 in the series. Showed bunt and takes upstairs, ball 1. Trammell at 292, 4 RBIs. And bats with the bases empty, 1 out. A strike. Hit high in the air down the right field line, and on the backswing, Trammell got the Cardinals catcher. That is a fair ball. It bounces off the wall. It ricochets back toward the infield. Trammell around second. Walker's throw coming to third. It's off target but backed up. And let's hope Pages is all right. After that ball was hit down the line, Pages fell to a heap behind home plate. He was laying on the ground while the ball ricocheted back toward the infield, then scrambled to his feet in case Trammell was going to come home. Right on the side of the noggin.
Cardinals trainer Adam Olson out to check on him. Yeah, that is scary. What a crazy play all around. We'll take a look at this one again, Chip. The swing from Trammell and the big long backswing catches him right in the side of the head.
Trammell looked back to react to the contact, didn't even watch the baseball, and it bounced right at the 326 sign. Walker got too close to the baseball, and by the time he recovered, Trammell ended up at third base.
Well, fundamentals, though, on the flip side, Church is actually the one behind this play. Came all the way in from left field, so a lot of crazy things happen here on this one. The main thing is you hope that that guy ends up being okay. Pedro Pajes took that shot. It looks like he's telling Ollie and Adam Olsen that he is good to go, but a scary, scary moment there with the backswing.
So Trammell has the game's first hit. It's a one-out triple. Let's see how Correa plays it here. Correa bounced out to first. Pajes says he's good to go, and the Cardinals will bring the infield in here in the third inning with one out. First triple for Trammell. Liberatore a couple of strikeouts. He's issued a walk. And now starts his second trip through the Houston lineup. Correa just .222 against left-handed pitching so far this year. Overall batting .260 on the season. He's 1 for 8 so far in this series. In the air, shallow center. Victor comes in. He's got it. And Trammell is coming. Here's the throw. It's off the back slope of the mound. Tough break. It's a sacrifice fly for Correa. And Houston strikes first.
Well, he got behind it, did everything that he could, but Trammell, who runs very well, part of your scouting is knowing all the arms in the outfield. That's probably your best chance to run is on Vic. And the throw, unfortunately, just hits the back of the mound.
So a triple and a sac fly makes it 1-0. And Yordan Alvarez is your batter. He rolled out to first in the first. And he's going to roll out to first again. Libby races to the bag, but a bad throw. A rare throwing error for the Cardinals defense.
Yeah, this is one that Alec Burleson has been real good with around the bag. This turn, the ground ball ends up spinning him to make the throw. You want to try to lead your pitcher. Unfortunately, this one ended up being behind him.
So the Cardinals gift wrapped a base runner with 2 outs, and it brings up Altuve, who jumped on the first one and lined out to Walker in right. Mentioned Altuve closing in on 2,000 games with the Astros. Biggio and Bagwell, the other two that have done that. Both of them are in Cooperstown, both with their numbers retired here in Houston. There they are. And there is a high fly to right. Walker is able to measure that one up, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Houston strikes on a triple and a sac fly. It's a 1-0 game. As we invite you to get your tickets now for the Cardinals Care 50-50 raffle. One lucky winner wins half of the jackpot. The other half supports kids in our St. Louis community. Visit cardinals.com/5050 for tickets. There's your score. The Cardinals are looking for their first base runner. Mike Burrows very impressively struck out 5 of the first 9 he's faced.
Well, we've told you coming in that he had a lot of swing and miss. Also had given up a lot of hits. Hopefully starts leaving some of those pitches, elevating the zone that the Cardinals can do something with. But like 1 run right now, we've seen this team be able to score in bunches, do a lot of things well. Love to see them make him work a little bit more. 40 pitches is all it takes.
He got ahead of J.J. 0-2 in the first inning, ran the count full, and then Weatherholt took strike 3 for the first out of the game. J.J.'s gotten on base 9 times in the last 3 games, just 2 hits. Very patient, really knows his zone, and oftentimes refuses to expand it. JJ followed your advice, but that changeup found the mark. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, then now this is the count where you do have to battle it.
On the ground softly to Walker at first. It's 10 in a row for Burrows, 1 away. Herrera's next. He swung and missed in the first inning. 18 walks, 4 intentional walks for Ivan to start the year. Herrera with a .200 batting average to start play, still getting on base at a .387 clip.
Yeah, you know that 200 is going to skyrocket in no time for Herrera. We've started to see a glimpse of it as we've talked about in this series of JJ's getting on at a high clip. Herrera's getting on at a high clip. Alec Burleson is doing Alec Burleson things. Walker with a 13-game hit streak, and now Gorman heating up in this series. You're starting to see the length, starting to see how dangerous this lineup can be.
Base is empty for Herrera. The pitch. Pop back toward us and straight overhead. It's 2-2. The road trip, an interesting one in contrast as far as ballparks are concerned. We're going to play in one of the smallest porches in left here in Houston. Then we go to Miami, where it's going to look like a cavern.
You got to hit it twice.
Man, 2-2. On the ground is short. Correa to his left from the grass, and 2 are out. Burleson next. He rolled over to second. And is 0 for 1. The Astros need a start like this from Mike Burrows today.
Yeah, their bullpen has been worked incredibly hard, not only this series, but all season long. There has been very little continuity within their rotation. Nobody able to give them length. We've talked about it a few times. They lost 3 different starters on their last road trip. I mean, that is a tough recipe there.
And it's strike after strike from Burrows here in the early going. And again, 0-2.
You know that Joe Espada, the 3rd-year skipper here of the Astros, he's loving that. That's what he's been preaching, because the free passes have really hurt this ball club.
Swing and a miss. He struck out 6. He's perfect through 4 and leads by 1. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by your Mid-America Chevy dealers and by BJC Healthcare. You deserve extraordinary care. That is the Buffalo Bayou here in Houston, Texas.
What kind of critters do you think they got in there? Snapping turtles?
Yeah.
I tried to pet a turtle the other day while golfing.
Really? How'd that go?
Well, I was advised not to. I was approaching it. Somebody's like, that'll bite. All right. Well, love animals. So I wanted to keep my fingers, though.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Christian Walker leads off the Astros 4th. They lead 1-0. Bayous are not creeks, I'm told. They're a little.
It's called a bayou.
Right,
It's its own thing. I guess what constitutes a bayou? What is?
They're slow-moving, marshy, or stagnant bodies of water.
Sounds sanitary.
Yeah. Whereas creeks are generally smaller, faster-flowing streams that can be found anywhere.
Okay.
So we're close to Louisiana. They've got a lot of bayous, and swamps
just
over there.
stagnant, swampy,
Alligator-y.
mosquito-ridden.
Yeah. Well, that is the state bird of Texas, the mosquito. So. Ball and 2 strikes for Christian Walker, who took a base on balls in the second after starting his count 0-2. Well, that's a good pitch. Pre-ABS, that might have been strike 3.
I know we've talked about this a lot. There have been mixed reviews. Like, some people think that the ABS make umpires look bad, like it's questioning them. I think it's made the umpires look phenomenal. I think that it really highlights how good these guys have been. Lance Barrett, the veteran behind the plate. I mean, these are such close pitches. It's amazing how often they get it right.
That one right down Broadway, and Libby's starting to pump up his strikeout count. 3 in the last 3 innings, and 1 away in the 4th inning.
A little ride on this fastball, 95 at the bottom of the zone for your Chevy pitch track. Just stays up there. That's so effective to be able to throw that one there after you throw a slider at the bottom of the zone, because as a hitter, you lay off of it thinking that it's going to have that same movement, and it stays true. No, Dusty is liking what he's seeing early.
Sequencing, pitch shaping, velocity, the push and pull, all of those things huge factors for a starting pitcher, and Dusty is excellent at teaching that.
He really is, and having the game plan is so important, and then being able to go out there and execute it, and also being able to change the game plan on the fly, whether that's because the opposition has countered it or because maybe you don't have a feel for something. That's where that real compete part comes out for a starting pitcher. So I like that. Even if you miss, inside there is going to be very important in about a ball off the plate. It's been a rough homestand for Paredes so far. 0 for 16. Rockies and Cardinals.
Driven to right. Walker has to retreat and gets there for the second out. 2 away. Cam Smith next. Church robbed him up against the wall in left in the 2nd inning. Both teams get away today. The Astros head to Cleveland to take on the Guardians. We, of course, head down to Miami to face the Marlins. We will miss Sandy Alcantara. He pitched last night and struggled. We will miss Eury Perez, who's pitching today. Cardinals will have Dustin May, Michael McGreevy, and Kyle Leahy in order for the Monday, Tuesday night games, and then the Wednesday afternoon affair. Then we're back home, a day off. Then we'll welcome Seattle for a quick pit stop back at home.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I like that curveball that Matthew Liberatore's got going right now, Chip. He's got some real depth to it, been able to steal some strikes. I don't mind even seeing that one again if he can bury one in front of the plate. There it is. Good idea. Yeah, it is an oddity, right? The road trip, quick 3 games in, and then back out to Pittsburgh for 4 games. Should be a busy weekend in St. Louis.
Driven toward right again. Walker near the line, slowing and catching, and Libby has a 1-2-3 4th inning. Good pitchers duel in Houston. Heart of the order coming up. Let's get Liberatore some runs. It's 1-0.
With you.
Sunday, April 26th, the Mariners are in town, and kids take home a legendary Fredbird Hall of Fame ring presented by the Pasta House Company. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Kids of all ages enjoying a beautiful Sunday for baseball in Houston. Great to see all the Cardinal fans here in southeastern Texas. That fan we had in the first shot coming back from break, obviously part of the Chris Tuno fan club. The great Cardinals PR man, loves his nachos. So does that youngster.
Yep, that's part of the handshake. Got to have some nacho cheese on it. Hitting all the major food groups. There's actually a gentleman walked by us here, had some nachos, looked pretty good. They're going to challenge this one. Let's see what it looks like.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Let's see if Diaz was right. He was. So that changes the count from even to 0-2. Walker was called out on an appeal his first time up. Got to break the magic spell of Burrows. He's retired the first 12. Don't chase that time. A ball and 2 strikes. Walker, Gorman, and Wynn coming up. 1-0 Houston, a triple and a sac fly. So full count. He's had 3 of those. As Mike Burrows. Broken bat and line to third. Paredes to his right takes care of that, and it's unlucky. 13 up, 13 down for the Cardinals bats. Gorman will try to break the spell after a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Mentioned there are a lot of Cardinals fans here in Houston. They've been real vocal the last 2 days, cheering on the Redbirds.
Sure have.
4 in a row. Right about now is the time somebody's got to remind Burrows he's got a perfect game working.
Yeah, jinx him a little bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cardinal fans, get working.
Got a perfect game, you know.
Chip, I heard one. Somebody chanting in from the back. I love that. Getting in there a little bit. Lots of Cardinal faithful here.
Right now, nothing for the St. Louis hitters to eliminate.
No, he really is effectively using his fastball and setting up his secondary pitches. That was a really good sinker and one that definitely just caught Gorman off. That fastball just ran on him.
Surprised he's shaking off his catcher. He's retired 13 straight.
It could very well be, as well as they're in sync right now. Just one of those fake shakes. Just do it just to kind of get in the head of the hitter.
Very compact delivery, no wasted motion, hides the ball well, keeps his hands at the belt. I would imagine he's tough to try to find any tipping. And excellent stuff after a rough first couple of games.
I was just going to say that it just comes down to, it doesn't matter what the overall numbers look like. How do you execute on a given day? And so far the execution for Mike Burrows has been phenomenal.
And when he's missing, other than a pitch or two, it's been a pretty tantalizing offering. Mason Wynn on deck. He'll hit in the 5th inning. 1-0 your score. And a swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts. First time he's gotten Gorman, and it's 14 up and 14 down.
Went right back to the fastball again. Chevy pitch track. This one at 96 mile an hour up and away, just waves through it.
Might need to try another fan to break up the perfecto. Mason.
Yes. Strength in numbers, Chip.
0 for 1. He's 1 away as Burrows from his career high in strikeouts. That was 8. He's got 7 in the first 5 innings today. And he's behind, which has been rare. 2 balls and a strike. It's nice to have a lead, but a 1-run affair in this park is almost nothing. Good cut at that. For an even count.
One as dialed as Burrows is right now, and he's great, sitting on 69 pitches currently. He's been pretty efficient and effective. Still got to get out to that bullpen. They've had a lot of struggles, been worked hard. Keeping it tight is what it's going to be all about.
Cardinals have won 5 of their first 7 series, looking to sweep these guys away. You won't see the Astros again till next season. They'll come to St. Louis. And the 2-2 on the ground, and the magic spell is broken. Mason Wynn guides one to left. Cardinal fans never fail us. It worked to perfection, and Church is next.
Yeah, that base hit's going to go on Mason Wynn's score sheet, but whoever that fan was, little asterisk for you. Nice work. Slider caught the middle of the plate, just found a hole. And maybe the start of something rolling right now for the Cardinals.
Is it tough as a starter to have this kind of run and then go to the stretch in the middle innings?
It's absolutely different, right? Because you've been so dialed in, has not had to do this yet. He misses with a breaking ball right there. Your timing, everything is different. Now his stretch is very compact as well. It mimics his windup, but it's still a different thought process. Now you got somebody you got to be able to keep close. You're trying to hold the ball a little bit more. So hopefully that little tiny difference makes a difference in his execution. Leaves something up to drive.
Mason leads at first. And outside. We'll see if Mason does some running in this game and on this road trip. Remember, he got nailed with a pitched ball back at home. That calf and leg still a little sore for him, but back in the lineup again, of course, today. He's got a decent lead, not going, and up and away. And for the first time, Burrows has gone 3-0. Every time he's gone to a 3-ball count, he's run it full. Church is riding high. He's 5 for his last 15. And he makes Burrows throw a strike. All bets off now. It's 3-1.
Well, 3-0. Some confidence there to land the slider. His fastball has been very effective. I still expect for him to come back with that.
And ball 4. Church is aboard. So some 2-out magic for the Cardinals. A single and base on balls. Pedro Pajes is next. And Houston wants to talk it over here with a 1-run lead. 5th inning, 2-out action for St. Louis. So while the Astros talk it over, we remind you the post-game concert series for this season is back at Busch Stadium Friday, May 29th. We welcome country superstar Jordan Davis to the field after the Cardinals and Cubs play. Get all your info at cardinals.com/postgame. Two on, 2 out for Pajes. The 0-1. Little chopper slowly hit toward third. Tough play. Bare hand. Long throw. Look at the flying feet of Pajes. He legs out an infield hit. First a stolen base. Now an infield knock. And the Cardinals have him loaded.
Well, got something going again. This one beat into the ground. Paredes playing way back. Did everything that he could on it.
So into the stretch for the first time, Burrows. 3 base runners in the 5th inning. And Now Victor digs in. He popped out his first time up. Cardinals have their first scoring chance of the game. Be nice to get this kid going again. Victor at .235 on the year. And the Astros bullpen phone starts to ring. Ball 2. Three and oh.
Chip, you nailed it. Talking about that change from the windup to the stretch. Could it do anything? Looks like he's lost some of that control here.
Took a little off and guided that one in for a strike. So again, all bets off for Victor Scott. Bases are loaded for the Cardinals. Trailing by a run. Victor's going to challenge. He thought that was outside. Whoa, this is a gutsy call. ABS presented by T-Mobile. Is Victor right? Don't mind that challenge. Take a chance. You still live to see a 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, look, and you let it go, right? You thought you had that one. Who cares? You got another opportunity. Big deep breath right here by Vic. Make something happen here with 2.
So from 3-0 to a full count. 4 of those for Burrows in the game. Stretch and pitch. He lost him. Victor, a bases loaded walk, ties the game. So after retiring the first 14 batters, 2 hits, 2 walks, St. Louis has even the score, and we flip the order to J.J. Weatherholt.
Really is crazy how fast it can happen. The hope is you let it snowball. Right now, Burrows was throwing the ball well, but there's a reason he came in with a 6.5 ERA, 33 hits in 22 innings. There are mistakes that are made over the plate. Maybe J.J. can get one here.
He tried to hit one out and came up empty. No balls and a strike. Cardinals have tied the game on a bases loaded walk. So your base runners, Church is at third, Pages at second after his infield hit, and the speedster Victor Scott the second at first. Swing and a shot right field, base hit. That'll score 1. Pages to third. They're waving him. Smith's throw is very slow to the plate, and the Cardinals have scored 3 in the inning. Pages slipped on top of home plate, might have hurt his ankle. But it's a base hit for Weatherholt, and the Cardinals have a 2-run lead.
This is a big swing of the bat right here by J.J. As you mentioned, Chip, he was ready to swing early, gets himself a slider this time on the second pitch, drives it out to right. They're sending Pedro. Watch him step on the top of the plate. Just appeared to slip, almost stepped on the bat there as well. It's been a treacherous ball game so far for Pedro Pages, but a big knock right there, and that's going to end up chasing their starter.
Pages hit on the head by a triple by Trammell and then slips and injures his ankle. We'll hope he can stay in the game. Mike Burrows won't. It all fell apart in the 5th after the Cardinals rattled him when he had a perfecto working.
And your local Ace has premium service and quality paint that stand up to the test of time. With gallons of paint like Royal, starting at only $29.99. And right now, get 20% off gallons of select Benjamin Moore interior paint.
J.J. Weatherholt, a couple of RBIs. He's got 11 of them here on Cardinals TV, presented by Bet365. All of this damage coming, Brad, with 2 outs.
Well, it was huge. You had mentioned it, Chip. A little change going to the windup, or going from the windup to the stretch, may have thrown some things off. Chevy called to the bullpen time. It's going to be Steven Okert in, putting together a good season out of a bullpen that has been worked hard. The lefty against the right-handed hitting Ivan Herrera. Fouls this one back our way. It's been a slow start for Herrera against the lefties this year, only hitting 174. Remember, though, a year ago, he killed left-handed pitching. 330 with an 1115 OPS. Down a couple of strikes here, but still able to do some damage.
2 strikes. Smack towards short and into left, a base hit. Scott will score. Herrera with a missile. First batter faced by Okert is Herrera, and he's got his 11th RBI, and the Cardinals have scored 4.
Okert got ahead, too. Had him where he wanted him, just couldn't execute the finishing blow. Wanted to go slider, back foot. Instead, it ended up being a slider, middle down, that he just went down and got. 103.8 off the bat there for Ivan Herrera, and brings in what feels like a pretty big run right there.
Now Burleson, lefty-lefty. Alec is 0 for 2. 4 runs, 4 hits. I think one big advantage, too, for both of these clubs, they see each other so often in spring training, there ought not be any mysteries about what the opposing pitching staffs do just 3 weeks into regular season play. We saw Okert a lot, both in Jupiter and in West Palm Beach, and he's been greeted rudely today. Popped up. Back behind the plate. Diaz will not have a play, and the count evens at a ball into strike. Mason Wynn guides a base hit to left. Church walked. Pajes legs out an infield hit. Victor Scott walks with the bases loaded. Then back-to-back run scoring hits by Weatherholt and Herrera. Again, we keep talking about this offense and how diverse it has been. It's done it again today. Last night, the Cardinals offense, 7 different players scored, all 9 starters reached, and 7 different men had a hit. Makes it tough to pitch to. No swing. Burleson in command. 2 balls and a strike. Burleson, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Oh, jumped all over that and fouled it away.
He wants that one back. Boy, that slider from Okert. This one up just above the zone, but we've seen, you know, how well that Alec handles the ball up there. I don't know if he's going to want to go back to that. If he does, he better execute it down and away.
So Okert stepped off twice. Dropped the baseball. Luckily, he wasn't on the pitcher's plate. He is now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now does Okert try something different now? He's ran up 4 sliders in a row. Does he try to cram them with a 4-seam in?
JJ takes off, and Burley swings and misses, and that'll retire the side. The Cardinals bat around in the 5th inning. All the damage coming with 2 outs. JJ Weatherholt with a 2-run single. Ivan Herrera drives home his 11th run, and the Cardinals have given Libby a 4-1 lead.
Welcome back to Daikin Park. 4-1 Cardinals in the bottom of the 5th. I'm with assistant hitting coach Brandon Allen. I'd love to hear some of the conversations the guys were having when Mike Burrows was in the game before that inning.
That's a rock fight. That's what Brownie likes to call it. It's like he has his best stuff. Matthew has his best stuff. So it's like downshift. We don't have to go for the big shots. We have to play not passive, but be selective, right? You're not going for the big shot.
What adjustments did you see them make from the innings before the top of the 5th?
Really nothing. Like, guys was just zoned in, you know, and he was making good pitches. It's not like we were expanding too far outside of the zone. And then he got to the stretch and he just couldn't find the zone. So we just stayed in our zone and let him scatter his mix.
Something that stood out, I think, over the last week against Cleveland and now the Astros is the 2-strike and 2-out approach. What's impressed you with the production your team's done in those scenarios?
It's trying not to do too much. Oh.
That ball whacked toward the gap in left center by Yainer Diaz. Well played by Church. But the Houston catcher has his second double, Danny, in a 4-1 game.
Yeah, no, that's okay. No, you didn't. Just finish your thought on the approach with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
It's downshifting, right? Again, not trying to get too big, taking what the game gives you, and having confidence that you can hit with 2 strikes.
The Cardinals over the last week, top 10 in stolen bases. There's a lot of ways they use their legs. How has that helped your offense?
It's opened up holes, and Ivan likes to hit behind. He likes runners in motion, so he can play with the pitch a little bit, and it puts pressure on the defense. And so when guys are moving, it opens up holes. It relaxes the hitters because you're going to get a heater or you're going to get that pitch that's hung over the middle.
The first few weeks of the season, what are you taking stock in with this offense? It does feel like 1 through 9 is starting to roll more.
It's baseball, like we were just talking about Burrows, baseball. He was cruising through the 5th inning and it just imploded. So this game is funny, it's rewarding, it's frustrating, but you can't get too high, you can't get too low. And once guys get going, nobody's going to feel good 1 through 9 throughout the year. So it's just everybody's keeping positive energy and feeding off one another. So that goes a long way.
What stood out about Jordan Walker and his at-bats?
Good pitch. I think he's taking the right pitches. Those pitches that they challenged on him at down at the bottom of the zone. He doesn't want anything down there. So he just needs to stay convicted in his approach and, stay confident, I think he's very confident, but they're making tough pitches on him. And that's just the way the game is today for him. And the game's not over yet.
Yeah. And as far as, his stance, there's some adjustments he's made with that. You guys do so much work that nobody sees. What kind of work has gone into just helping him feel that confidence in the box?
It's just being consistent in his move. And this game has a lot of wear and tear on the guys, and so their body's not going to feel 100% every day. And I think a couple guys are going through that right now, and it's just reminding them that this is what your body prefers. And when we get out of whack, we're going to have to, there's going to be compensation somewhere, and we're trying to avoid that because it'll create bad habits. But just make sure, remind them, this is what your body prefers. You're a little tired. So, get your treatment in, and then let's go ahead and retrain the grooves that we have. Hello, Matthew.
Swing and a miss gets Taylor Trammell. That's Libby's 4th strikeout.
Chipper.
Second to outstanding.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just wanted to ask too, the prep that you guys do, it's such a young group, a young team. How do you balance information and young guys still working through some things?
These guys are way more intelligent than you would assume. And, we just feed them information, and the guys they're comfortable saying that's too much or I need more. So it's just learning these guys and being comfortable with presenting information that we have and creating a game plan for the guys who don't want as much and covering the bases for the guys who want it all.
B.A., thank you so much.
Of course, Danny. Thank you.
Chip.
He's the best. 4th season on the Cardinals big league coaching staff. And this is a homecoming of sorts for Brandon. He's born in Conroe, Texas, had a football scholarship at Rice as a linebacker.
I believe
defensive end. Stand next to B.A. That's a big dude. And he knows his stuff. He and Brant Brown do an excellent job with this Cardinals hitting staff. Casey Chenoweth new to the group as well. Brandon Allen, 2nd player in history to hit an upper deck homer at Yankee Stadium, which is quite a feather in his cap, and he's proud of his players today as St. Louis, with a 4-run 5th inning, has a 4-1 lead.
This group, I love what he talked about too, about guys retaining information. We forget that these guys have been game planning and have had advanced numbers and analytics, maybe not to this extent, but for quite some time throughout the minor leagues. All these guys in college know who they're facing, right? So information is not an issue, and then you fine tune it as you go along. But there's so much work that happens behind the scenes with Brant Brown, with B.A., with Casey Chenoweth, with Packy Elkins, who's doing a lot of the game planning. There's just so much that goes into what makes happen every day offensively.
Being a hitting coach might be the most thankless job in Major League Baseball, because if the players are hitting,
good job, player.
If the players aren't hitting,
take that, coach.
Exactly. And you can tell from the way Brandon did the interview with Danny how level-headed he is. Brant Brown's kind of the same way, albeit in a different way. I would assume a hitter likes that even-headedness and even-handedness.
Well, you have to be. Like, if you have somebody that you're talking to every single day that rides the waves, you can't do that through 162. You have to be even-keeled.
Libby loses Correa and issues his second base on balls. So now you got to face Alvarez with 2 aboard, 2 out. He represents the tying run. Pages out for a chat. Libby and the infield will gather with the Astros designated hitter coming up. So while the Cardinals talk it over, Sunday, April 26th, that's Donate Life Day, presented by Mid-America Transplant. Fans with a theme ticket take home an exclusive t-shirt recognizing organ and tissue donation. Details at cardinals.com/theme. As we said, there's no platoon advantage when you face Yordan Alvarez. That's why the walk to Correa is so problematic. Alvarez entered play today, 12 hits and 23 at-bats against lefties, and is 0 for 2 today. And he was trying to tie it up. He hit a ball here in Houston that would have been a long home run that actually hit the rafters and turned right.
I love that. You're the one pitching, boy. That's living right if something like that happens for you.
Snap throw on a skip to second. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, this guy's right now the MVP of their team and playing for MVP honors in the early days, of course, of the season in the American League. 9 home runs and homers in back-to-back games.
You look at some of the offensive woes that this club had a year ago. It's because he missed a ton of time. He was out with the hand, was out with the ankle, had under 50 games played. You couple that with the fact that you lost Kyle Tucker, you lost Bregman. It was going to be hard to score a lot of runs. And then it was a down offensive season for Christian Walker in his first year of a deal.
That was a heck of a pitch, by the way.
It was big time. 95 right at the bottom.
What's he do? 1 and 2. Ground ball left side. Gorman dives from a knee, throws to first. Barley handles the hop in time, and that will retire the side. What a play at the corners for the Cardinals infield. Gorman saves a run. The Redbirds retire Alvarez for the 3rd time. Houston strands 2, and we head to the 6th. Ba-ba-ba. Cardinals haven't hit a home run yet, but boy, they are taking advantage of what little Houston's given them.
Look, 4 singles, nothing crushed really by the Cardinals. Average exit velocity under 90 miles an hour. Who cares? Put something in action, put the ball in play. Chevy called the bullpen time here for the Astros. 9th game of the season for Kai-Wei Tang in on the action.
He's from Taiwan, 27 years young. They got him from the Giants in late January. So 12 Major League games, 7 starts with the Giants. New opportunity for him with the Astros. He'll face Jordan Walker as the Cardinals, after 5, enjoy a 4-1 lead. Walker trying to extend his hitting streak to 14 games. And no balls at a strike.
Pretty tight slider sweeper right there from Tang.
No balls, 2 strikes. Second Taiwanese-born player to appear for the Astros in their history. Chia Jen-Lo played for them in 2013. He was a reliever. No balls, 2 strikes. And strike three, shaves off the outside corner. Walker is down looking for the second time. He's 0 for 3, one away.
Now we talked about the opposition pitching backwards a bit. This one was very close. Might have been off the plate away, but spotted up fastball after a couple of sweepers. Had him out on the front foot. It was a good decision with the heat late.
Nolan Gorman 0 for 2. What a play he made at third base to save a run and keep momentum in the Cardinals dugout. His play at third base, Brad, equally as important as what he's done at the plate of late.
No question. And what he's done at the plate of late has been big. He's driven in 5 so far in this series, but that was a fantastic play. And as you mentioned at the time, on both ends, nice pick by Burley over at first.
That one to Walker at first for Houston. And PFP still fresh in everyone's minds. Pitchers fielding practice, that is. Gorman's 0 for 3. And Mason Wynn is next. He started the rally, inspired by the Cardinals fans yelling at Mike Burrows. Single walk, single walk, single single is how St. Louis took the lead.
Well executed by that Cardinal fan. We'll have to go maybe on a hunt for them later.
We'll have to look far. There are a lot of Cardinals fans here in Houston. They've enjoyed the first 2 games. Trying to sweep away Houston. Cardinals gunning for their 5th consecutive victory today. Miami is next. The Marlins are hosting the Brewers. Miami helping us out. They're beating Milwaukee, a 3-1 score. Pirates up 5-2 over Tampa Bay after 7 in Pittsburgh today. A strike. Finally get a chance to see a team from the National League Central after we play Seattle. We'll head to Pittsburgh, a 4-game series.
It's been such an odd schedule. Seeing so much American League baseball. It'd be nice to play a division foe.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Tang, the second reliever after Stephen Okert faced 2 batters, retired 1 of them. That's lifted into right, and it drops in front of Smith. So a 2-hit game for Mason Wynn. If all it takes is Bluebell ice cream to get Mason going, we should import it to St. Louis.
Pack a cooler. Let's get it rolling. 85-mile-an-hour sweeper. This one missed in. He's been dotting that thing away. If you execute your pitch, maybe you get the result he wanted, but inside out right there for Mason Wynn with 2 outs. I could go for some ice cream, too.
Yep.
In a helmet.
Of course. It's the only way to have it at a big league ballpark. Tough break check swing. They do something nice in the press room here in Houston. I know fans sometimes like to hear a little inside baseball. It's not just chocolate and vanilla. They go all out with their dessert options.
I had a caramel salt one the other day. Go ahead. Also had a peach cobbler day 1. What was it yesterday? Bread pudding? Get some. I didn't see dessert this morning. Might have to go back if you don't see me next inning.
Line toward left. Church hit it hard the other way, but he and the Cardinals are retired. Good idea, but Houston takes care of St. Louis. The Redbirds, though, lead game 3, 4-1. Brad's been practicing the samba. You know why? We're headed to Miami. That's your Budweiser. What's on tap?
Hips hurt, but it's totally worth it. Going to see McGreevy, Dustin May, and Kyle Leahy in that 3-game set. I'll keep brushing up on that. I'm sure it'll be part of a pregame show.
Can't wait. As Altuve leads off, Liberators look great through 5 innings, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and just 1 run on 2 hits. Back-to-back dome stadiums for the Redbirds on the road. Well, we had a roof last night. It was pouring when we left the ballpark. It was 15-20 degree temperature change from the start of the day's play. It'll be warm and muggy in South Florida for the Cardinals and the Marlins. That's lined and out of reach. Gorman couldn't get that one. Church over quickly, and he hustles it into Mason Wynn. So Altuve with his second hit of the series. One on and nobody out.
Quick hands right here by the veteran Altuve. Fastball in. This is a good fastball, too. It's 94 down in the end, but able to get to it. Great hustle there by Church, though. You got your double play in order.
Christian Walker next. He has taken ball 4 and he's taken strike 3. And is 0 for 9 so far in the series. Matthews had good velocity on the fastball. He's maintained it. He's popped mid-90s plus a couple of times. His breaking ball has been excellent. So nice complete start to this point for the Cardinals opening day starter.
No, it really has, and I agree with you with that curveball especially. I think that thing's had more depth today than we've seen.
Ground ball left side. Gorman's got it. Flip to second one. The turn, a double play. Broken bat. Altuve never got to second. Walker and Altuve retired. 2 outs in the inning.
Good first step right here by Gorman to make this play. He is on a run towards second base. Gets the little 2-hopper. Serves it over to JJ, and a nice easy turn there. Fantastic job.
So Isaac Paredes, your batter. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The way Libby's going, just 79 pitches. If he can make short work of Paredes here, I would assume you send him out for the 7th.
I would think so too. Cardinals have not had a starter in the 7th inning yet.
There is, however, action in the Cardinals bullpen. Gordon Rosefo, who has pitched well in this series, is getting loose. One ball, one strike. When we get to the 7th, Pajes, Scott, and Weatherholt are your scheduled hitters. All 4 Cardinals runs came in the 5th inning with 2 outs. To center and right at Victor. He'll slow and squeeze it, and that will retire the side. Libby and the Cardinals are rolling in Houston.
Dealer today.
You've seen the patch on every Cardinals jersey. That's Stiefel, one of America's fastest growing wealth management and investment banking firms, proudly rooted in St. Louis. It's a partnership built on excellence. Cardinals up in the 7th. It starts with Pedro Pajes, who's taken some punishment. St. Louis has kept the Astros offense asleep today. 1 run on 3 hits. Redbirds woke up with 2 outs in the 5th after Mike Burrows set down the first 14 in a row in today's game.
That happened so quickly, and he was spotting up everything. He was racking up strikeouts in that one, had 7 of them, and all it took was a little Mason Wynn ground ball through the left side, and the floodgates were opening.
Pajes, let's not forget his infield hit, that slow roller that Paredes got to but could not throw hard enough to retire Pedro in that 5th inning. That set the table for Victor Scott, who's waiting on deck, and Victor took ball 4. His bases loaded walk is what tied it up. Looking for a little more thunder here in the Honda home run inning. If the Cardinals can go deep, the Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. It's been a happy place. The Cardinals have hit at least 1 homer in this ballpark in 9 straight games, but have yet to go deep today. Popped up, and it's out of play.
Cardinals coaching staff talking it over. How do they want to deploy this one? Dusty Ollie and Daniel Descalso. Daniel, the way that he talks about it is with his bench coach role is I'm checking the blind side, right? Like these guys are going over everything. Ollie's got 1,000 different things going on during the ball game, and he's in charge of a lot of the running game stuff, setting up the defense. But part of it is, all right, another thought when you're going through some of this decision making. That job, it's very important not to be like a yes man also. Whatever you say, Skip. Like they're looking for feedback in that role, and one that Descalso has fit well in.
I'm guessing they're thinking about you send Libby back out.
It's definitely part of the conversation. Again, a couple of right-handers that are scheduled right now. 3 right-handers, Cam Smith, Yainer Diaz, and Shea Whitcomb scheduled to go out, but he's handled that lineup pretty well. Diaz did end up doubling, but pitch count is low. Graceffo still up, though, in the bullpen. Not throwing currently with nobody out.
Does Liberatore throwing 105 pitches in his last outing factor in? I know it's early in the season.
Yeah, I think it absolutely does for him. And the way that he is throwing the ball, though, you love the compete. You love the fact that he wants to be out there over and over, but you are playing for the long haul. And it also really helps out that Graceffo's throwing the ball really well. So you're looking for that bridge to your back end. Maybe he serves that today.
Victor Scott, 4 RBIs. None of them have come via a hit. 3 sacrifices and a bases loaded walk. That's odd. 1-1 pitch. Shows bunt. Lays it down hard. Paredes sniffed it out. Throws to second. That's all they're going to get. De Forest Pages. Cardinals will take that trade off, though, with Victor Scott at first instead of the Cardinals catcher, although there is 1 out. So time for our BJC difference maker, BJC Healthcare, that is J.J. Weatherholt, today's honors.
Yeah, J.J. Weatherholt got the slider. He drove in 2, and then right behind him, Ivan Herrera, he was ready. Went down on an 0-2 count, drove one right past Correa to bring in what was the 4th run of the inning.
Cardinals have 5 hits. 4 different players have knocks today. 6 different players have reached base. 4 different players have scored today. And Weatherholt wants that one back. No balls and a strike. This will be fun to see, too, how these 2 young players work together, with Weatherholt batting behind Victor Scott II. Started loose, didn't get it, 0-2. Victor's shown no signs of moving at first. 2 strikes. Change the eye level there. Let's see what JJ gets here with 1 out. Short lead, another half step for Victor. Not going. And a swing and a miss. Weatherholt chased one up and out of the zone. He's down on strikes for the 2nd time. And Herrera's next with 2 men out. Tang has his 2nd punch out. Herrera looking for an RBI. He's got 11 of them on the year, a single in the 5th inning.
Well, you're always up there ready to hit a fastball, but that slider is what he's been leaning on. That one backs up, but they think Diaz is going to challenge this one behind the plate. Think this one caught the corner chip.
Oh, this is a battle. Herrera with an excellent eye. Diaz has been good back there for Houston. Let's see who's right. ABS powered by T-Mobile says the pitch is a ball. So both Cardinals and Astros, 1 challenge remaining in the game. Time was called. Roy Teng is pitching. I think is how right-handers have to pitch in this ballpark. You can pitch to left center, center, and right center here. The corners are problematic.
Well, as you get later in the game, too, you don't want to get beat on that inner half on the plate. I think it's still important to be able to run a fastball in off of it, but definitely trying to stay away here from Herrera. Wisely so. But he has no problem going that direction either. You heard when we had BA on with Danny, Brandon Allen, assistant hitting coach, talking about he has no problem hitting behind runners. Check on first over there on Vic. Something away, if he's in motion, even with 2 outs, he'll shoot it that direction.
Stubby clap with some last-minute instructions for Victor Scott. Herrera digs in ahead of the count. 2 balls and a strike. He's 1 for 3 in the game. And now Teng comes set with a 2-1 count. Victor leaning, there he goes, got a good jump, and Herrera fouled it away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marlins are beating Milwaukee, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. We'll see them tomorrow. Dustin May and Max Meyer will kick things off in South Florida. Now a 2-2 pitch is driven foul. In our division, the Reds lead the Cardinals and Brewers by a half game. Cincinnati is losing today in Minnesota. If these scores hold, the Cardinals would have first place.
How about that? I know it's early to be looking at the scoreboard, but it's just indicative of how well this ball club has been playing. They're keeping pace with a division that many thought that they would be at the bottom of. But internally, as we've talked a lot about, they don't worry about any of that. They're worried about, this is our group. We take ownership in it. We're going to go fight. We're going to play a relentless style of baseball. And to this point, that has absolutely been the case.
Scott's going to run with a 3-2 count. There he goes. And the pitch is cut on and missed. And that will take care of the Cardinals. The Astros forgot how many outs there were. 3 strikeouts for Teng. 7th inning stretch here in Houston.
Hey, good afternoon, Cardinal Nation. This is Commander Dory from Swansea, Illinois. Helicopter pilot out here in Fleet Week, Houston. Just want to say, go Cardinals.
We thank the incredible crew of the USS St. Louis, which is in port for Fleet Week in Houston. Our traveling party got a tour here on the off day. Amazing ship, amazing people, and it's been an amazing series. Maybe those fine men and women are a good luck charm. The Cardinals on the cusp, Brad, of a 3-game series sweep.
No, really, really special. And again, big thank you to all our service men and women for what they do. And has been a special trip to Houston so far for the Cardinals, the young Birds, and they're playing loose. They're just playing with a real energy about them. Hopefully that energy continues here as it's Chevy call to the bullpen time. The veteran Ryan Stanek is in.
Matthew Liberatore, 6 terrific innings, a run, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. He's in line for his first win of the season, and Stanek could use a good outing. He throws hard, but he's been getting hit hard. Let's see if that'll change here in the 7th inning. Smith, Diaz, and Whitcomb, the trio scheduled for the Astros. And before we move too much further along, I want to wish Ernie Moore a very happy birthday today. The Cardinals director of team travel, 29 years young. Can you believe it?
Ern Dog is doing it. He is one of the best in the business, one of the nicest guys ever, and wishing him a very, very happy birthday. No travel issues today, no delays, no nothing, not on Ern Dog's birthday.
And please don't lose our suitcases.
Yeah, I mean, you said it.
Ernie's the best.
If you're going to lose anything, lose Rick Horton's golf clubs.
There you go. No balls, 2 strikes.
Get my money back, Chip.
Stanek with a splitter. Now a 1-2 count. Smith 0 for 2 on the day today. Stanek's given up runs in 3 of his last 4 outings. And in last night's game, look, there's no such thing as a bad win, but the way the Cardinals had to finish the game, I think, left a sour taste in their mouth. Not the 9th inning, but just all the walks late.
Yeah, there were 5 of them. 5 of them laid in between Swanson and Soriano as this one's driven out to the gap, but you've got Victor Scott II under it for the first out of the inning. Yeah, you didn't want to have to use Riley O'Brien in that spot. You're glad that you have him. And you mentioned it with Stanley coming in. He could use a good one. They need him to have a good one. You need to continue to have that bridge. Can't just rely on those 2 guys at the back end of the bullpen all the time. So we talked to Ollie. This was during the homestand about Stanley because, man, the stuff comes out good. We've been looking at everything. The results they believe are going to end up being there. That's a good one right there. Nice slider down at the bottom of the zone. It just comes down to execution as these guys, I love watching them talk during games, kind of talking through everything that they're seeing out of each individual.
One ball, one strike to Yainar Diaz. Couple of days off for Diaz. He needed a mental break with a 186 start in the batting average column. Right at the belt. 99. It's amazing. We've said it a couple of times in this series. Whether it's Stanek or anybody else that throws that hard, you wonder how anyone ever hits that. And he's got plus stuff to this point here in game 3. 1-2 count. And off stride, and another chance for Victor. So an example of what we were talking about a moment ago. You can pitch to this ballpark. Center field's a great place to get outs. And Ryan has 2 of them. Matthew Liberatore got 18 of them today.
Yeah, this guy got plenty of outs in this one. Struck out 4 as well. I thought that his breaking ball was really good, especially the ability to throw it for a strike. The defense behind him, solid. Nice double play turn there. Gorman had a nice play, too, to end an inning. So a fantastic job by Matthew Liberatore to give the Cardinals 6 strong.
Houston's going to go to the bench. They'll take Shea Whitcomb down here. Dustin Harris is the batter, and a line drive to left. Church with a dive. Did he come up? They say the catch was made. Second base umpire Alfonso Marquez had a great look at that. A diving catch in left by Church as again St. Louis's offense continues to sparkle. Stanek a 1-2-3 home 7. The Cardinals are rolling in Texas.
6-5.
Fans this season score 2-for-1 Cardinals tickets when you buy 8 or more gallons with the Fuel Forward app at a participating Phillips 66 or Conoco station. Learn more at cardinals.com/Phillips66. To the 8th we go. New pitcher for Houston, their 3rd reliever. This is Enyel De Los Santos to answer the next Chevy call to the bullpen. He's got the heart of the Cardinals order. Burleson, Walker, and Gorman coming up.
Well, De Los Santos been pretty effective this year, especially the last 4, unscored upon in his last 4 outings. Picked up a save in each of his last 2.
In the air to center. Trammell will retreat, and 1 out. One other defensive change for Houston. Dustin Harris, whom they acquired from waivers from the White Sox, stays in the game and is now their left fielder for the final couple of innings. So Burleson an 0 for, Walker 0 for 3. He's trying to extend his hit streak to 14 games. 2 strikeouts looking, and it was 0-1-0-2 in the blink of an eye for Jordan in today's play. Just a strange offensive game for the Cardinals. First 14 were retired. Then 6 consecutive batters reached either via walk or hit. Since then, Cardinals have 2 base runners, but the fateful 5th has decided things to this point.
Well, and that's what you have to do. You got to figure out different ways to win games. Offensively, they were able to scrape something together there in the 5th, but the pitching has been outstanding to this point. Defense, ridiculous in the finale here against the Astros. So, again, just kind of showing off some of those complete aspects of this ball club.
Yeah, to your point about defense, 2 good plays by Nolan Gorman
Yes.
that might be game-changing ones for St. Louis.
Yeah, 2 great plays by him, 2 great plays by Church out in left field.
A ball and 2 strikes. Walker takes his time out. You made the point about this is a young, exciting team. I think the unexpected part is what also makes it so exciting. You really don't know on a day-to-day basis what you're going to see.
No, you don't. But they go back to like expecting things. They expect good things to happen.
Right.
Like they have a real energy about them where they're expecting the game to work out the way that they want it to because they're putting in the work behind it. Right. When you're playing free and easy, when you're playing loose, when you're playing with a style of we're energetic, we're just going to out-hustle you, good things happen. We're seeing that.
1-2. Walker unloads deep toward left. Back goes Harris to that wall. Leaps up, can't get it. Walker's going to have a double. It's a 14-game hitting streak for Jordan Walker. His 4th double, hit a country mile to left.
But this is where the ballpark expands a bit. 366 out to that gap. He got himself a hanging slider by De Los Santos. This backs up on him, and he puts a charge into it. Plays right off that pad. We showed you John Jay and Danny Wexelman walking around the outfield. All of the different bounces that it can take. You never give up on anything as a hitter. Anything that hits out there, it can carry him anywhere.
So Gorman bats and shoots one out of play for Harris. Welcome to Houston. And that crazy wall in left. Yeah. The Walker, second longest hit streak of his career, as he plays Pepper with that sign in front of the St. Louis bullpen. Another run or 2 wouldn't hurt. We've got a 4-1 lead. Ball and a strike. Stanek was good. 3 up, 3 down for him. And Jojo Romero playing catch with 2 of the next 3 batters left-handed for Houston in their half of the 8th inning. Cardinals have a shot to be in first place at the end of this series. Yes, it's early, but after 21 games, I don't think anybody in baseball thought that was going to be in the cards, if you will.
I think that's okay to look at.
Yep.
I think it's okay. The style again, the things that they're doing.
That's off the plate. And it goes back to the relentless at-bats that Brandon Allen talked about with Danny Wexelman early in the game. Every pitch matters. And 27 tough outs, the offensive goal. 3-1. Good cut. Gorman just a little late at 94. Gorman's got a modest 3-game hit streak that he's trying to extend here. They play him straight away and deep in the outfield. Cardinals have out hit the Astros 6-3. Mason Wynn, a multi-hit game, is next. On the ground, slowly hit towards second. Altuve gave ground and flips to first in time. Nicely played by Altuve. And Walker moves up 90 feet. And Mason Wynn with a 2-hit day is your Bet365 betting odds. Let's update his day.
Well, how about another one? Let's add to it right here for Mason Wynn, who's got a couple of big hits in this one. Definitely got a big 2-out hit in game 1. Snuck one through the left side to bring in a pair.
And a strike. Two left-handers are throwing in the Cardinals pen, Brule and Romero. Maybe Brule if we score another run or two. If not, you figure Romero with the 3-run lead.
I think that makes sense. You'd love to be able to just add a little bit more cushion right here, be able to give some more rest to your back end. Brule, I think he's done a really good job. He's been answering the bell left and right.
2 strikes. Walker at third. And into the lower bowl here at Daikin Park. One of my favorites in the big leagues. We'll be back in 2 years.
This place has been a lot of fun. It's my first time being here as a broadcaster. I really enjoyed it. The sight lines are awesome. The atmosphere is great. The ice cream, as we talked about.
Yeah.
The 4 different flavors.
You punished that. Got to give you credit.
Good. I actually went back a minute ago. Wasn't on. Ice cream machines turned off.
Unreal.
Hot dogs put away. No more pretzels. Sad. Guess everybody's working.
No ball is 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. That will retire the side. Jordan Walker extends his batting streak to 14 games with a double. We'll see who comes on to pitch for Ollie's crew with a 4-1 lead in game 3. St. Louis Cardinals baseball is presented by Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. And by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. My bud's Brad Thompson, Danny Wexelman with me in Houston. The Cardinals trying to sweep away the Astros, need 6 more outs, and they've got the bullpen, Brad, set up just the way they'd like for the final 2 innings.
Got your go-to guys. Jojo Romero, look at the numbers in his 11 games so far this season. He's been lights out. Just pounding that strike zone, going after the opposition. That's what you want to do here, 3-run lead.
JoJo starts with Taylor Trammell, who tripled and scored back in Houston's 3rd inning. He also conked Pedro Pajes on the head with a backswing.
That was such an oddity of a play, everything about it. The ball that kicked off the side wall there that allowed him to get the triple really could have been an inside the park home run had he not just waited to check on Pedro behind the plate.
Really got the big hop. Trammell a quick out, 1 away, and back to the top of the order. Yeah, Trammell was so concerned he didn't run immediately. And while Pajes was in a heap behind home plate, the Cardinals were relaying the ball back to the infield. It bounced back toward first base. Pajes had to scramble to his feet just in case Taylor thought about coming home. Luckily he didn't. Saw the excellent Cardinal defense in both Liberatore and Nathan Church backing up the throw at third base, which was off target, but hustled in. So again, little things have added up to big results in game 3 to this point. Correa is 0 for 1, a sac fly and a walk. Astros shuffled their lineup card with Matthew Liberatore on the hill. And that one rifled toward left and right at Churchy, who's got that. Correa's retired, 2 outs. Liberatore, if you missed it, had a terrific start, arguably his best of the year today, I thought.
Yeah, he was strong, man. He ends up going 6. Very likely could have even gone further in this ball game, but I think you're right. The pitch count last time out for him is probably why you don't extend him a little bit further. 82 pitches for Libby in his 6th inning. Only gave up that 1 earned run, struck out 4.
Yordan Alvarez, knock on wood, has had a quiet day today. He had a double yesterday, 117.8 miles an hour off the bat. His batted balls in this series well over triple digits. It's just amazing the consistency with which he barrels the baseball. Lefty, righty, does not matter, and to all fields.
Oh, he is dangerous, and all pitches, right? There's not one way to get him out. You really have to work to get him off balance.
And until this series, he hasn't needed a whole lot of offensive help because he's done a lot himself. But they're a really good scoring team. Cardinals have held him down for the most part in these 3 games. An amazing major league hitter. What a pitch. Throw it there again. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That is a good pitch. You could go back out there with that 4-seam again, or you could start your slider middle and let it dart off the plate. See if he can extend and reach for it now to look just like the fastball out of your hand. That's what he did. Got a piece of it, stayed alive.
Alvarez, as we mentioned, came up in the Dodgers organization. How terrifying would he be in the middle of that lineup? They don't need any help. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now it's the push and pull game with JoJo.
It is right there. So a couple of sliders that end up getting fouled off right there. You know that his power is going to be predominantly to the pull side. I think you could run one of those sinkers away from him.
Swing and a drive. Hit to right. Walker back to the wall. Alvarez has hit another homer. Ten homers, 21 RBIs. And he's hit a homer in 3 straight.
But JoJo did try to mix it up after going with the slider a few times. This time it was the changeup, but it went right into the stroke. It was under the zone, but it was down. He is such a good low ball hitter, especially on the inner half. So number 10 of the season makes it a 2-run game.
So hats off for Alvarez. Now you got to get Altuve. Nothing comes easy in this ballpark. A 4-2 score. Cardinals need 4 more outs. And Altuve with a rocket to left. He's got a 2-hit game. Now Christian Walker becomes the key man. He could tie it up with a long ball. Nobody up in the Cardinals bullpen, but Dusty Blake's phone call will change that. And Riley O'Brien is getting up. Walker, Paredes, Cam Smith, Yandy Diaz, a parade of right-handed bats. All this coming with 2 outs. Walker is 0 for 10 in the series. That's what scares you the most. He's hit 4 homers and driven home 16. Missed inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
And the numbers so far against left-handed pitching has not had as much success. Really trying to tie him up with those sweepers.
Weatherholt playing right up the middle of the second base bag. Walker has a ton of room right side where Burleson holds Altuve. 2 balls, no strikes. Both teams have 1 challenge left in the game. Critical juncture. The Cardinals lead 4-2. An Alvarez homer. An Altuve single with 2 outs. Saw the lefty-righty struggles for Christian Walker. That's why Romero's still in the game, you figure. And you've got all the right-handed bats scheduled. Perhaps for Riley O'Brien. 3-1 pitch. Chopper foul to fill it up.
A 3-2. Last thing you want to do is give another free pass. I know Paredes has struggled so far. I'd also want Walker to beat you to the opposite field side. I still like sticking with that sinker away. Sinker or changeup down and away. Went with the changeup, pulled it a little bit.
Alvarez and Correa talking it over. Don't want to see them till next year. 3-2 pitch. Pop fly foul back toward the Astros radio booth. And quite the battle here. 22 pitches for JoJo in the 8th. What will Romero do here?
He is making him work, man. I think JoJo's got confidence in all of his pitches at this point. I can see him going back to the changeup. You talk about the push and pull. Just tried the sinker that was fouled back. Changeup, can he keep it away from him, keep it down?
3-2.
He did go back to it. It fouled off yet again. That'll be the 10th pitch of the at-bat coming.
He's throwing the kitchen sink at him. And he lost him. Houston's got the tying runs on. So Paredes, the scheduled batter. And here comes Ali. It looks like it'll be a 4-out opportunity for Riley O'Brien.
Paredes struggles more against right-handers if they keep him in. They don't have a lefty on the bench now that they've used Harris already, so this is just a handed move.
So a long 8th inning. Alvarez gets the rally started with a 2-out homer. 4-2 St. Louis.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Plenty of drama in Game 3 in Houston. Mike Burrows started, set down the first 14 batters before the Cardinals erupted for their 4 runs in the 5th. Redbirds cruising right along in the 8th inning with 2 outs and Alvarez homer. Altuve and Walker with a single and walk. Now it's Riley O'Brien to try to finish off the 8th frame. And first one all the way to the backstop. Now a single could tie the game. A very wild pitch.
Well, as we've seen early in this season, the Cardinals no strangers to close games. That was a sinker that was just torn across the zone there by Riley O'Brien. Time to get right back in, let that arm side movement take over.
That'll work. 98 and down.
I mean, you saw the swing right there by Paredes. He missed that by 8 to 10 inches.
A ball and a strike. Has held it there, but it missed high. O'Brien looking for his 4th big league save of more than an inning.
Well, it'll even out hopefully in this one. Had the shorty last night, 2/3 of the inning. Gonna have to earn it a little bit more in this one with some traffic on 2nd and 3rd now.
Houston down 2 runs. 2 balls and a strike. Cam Smith waits next. Swing and a shot headed toward the gap. It's down. Game is tied. Paredes with an opposite field single. Walks nearly sank us last night. A big 2-out walk in the 8th inning today gives the Astros a last gasp, and they cash it in.
Isaac Paredes had been 0 for 18 on the homestand, but he gets a 100-mile-an-hour sinker, and to his credit, stays on it. Double in the off gap or single to bring in 2.
So we start over. We're tied in the 8th. And like the Cardinals in their half of the 5th, all of this came with 2 outs.
You like drama, don't you, Chip? Too bad if you don't. You got it.
Matthews is going to pinch run here. So Paredes snaps along over. And now O'Brien's got to stop the bleeding here. 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 8th for Houston. The Cardinals got all 4 in the 5th. A rare hiccup from JoJo Romero. In the 9th, the Cardinals will have Church, Pages, and Scott scheduled. The Astros will have their bottom of the order up in their half of the 9th. And a close play. They picked him off. Matthews wandered too far. A pinch runner gets picked off. And that will retire the side. Let's see if Houston takes a look. They will not. Good pickoff move. Good inning for the Stros. A homer, single, walk, and another base hit makes it 4-4.
At the Home Depot.
Well, we're hoping history continues as the Astros bullpen has been handed a 4-4 score. Their bullpen, Brad, has been another big problem for them.
Yeah, they have certainly scuffled, and a couple of things that really bite you late in games. Walks, they've got the most of them, and home runs, they've allowed the second most. This guy, though, has thrown the ball well in his 7 games. Brian King, he's your Chevy call to the bullpen. King's going to be up there featuring a 4-seam around 92, 93, and his sweeper is how the lefty goes at it.
Cardinals go to the bench. They'll bring on Jose Fermin, who homered here last night. Fermin, Pages, and Scott, your trio against Brian King. 68 games for the Astros last year. Quite the find. Originally a 30th round draft pick by the Cubs. Houston got him in the minor league phase of the Rule 5 draft in 2022. Swing, high fly ball, hammered toward the gap in left center. That ball is going to get down and rattle around. Fermin's got a pinch hit double. So Ali pushes the right button. Go ahead run in scoring position with nobody out. Amazing.
Yeah, man. He's always ready, right? He's always ready to swing the bat whenever his name is called. Fermin gets himself a King fastball, center cut at 90, and drives it right into the gap. What a great way to start the 9th here.
Let's see if Pages can lay down a bunt. He has an infield hit and a run scored. He's also walked. 4-4 game. He shows bunt. And takes way high. Ball 1. Pages would love to exact some revenge after he got hit in the head on a backswing and nearly tore up an ankle scoring standing up when he slipped at the dish. Pages got it down on the third base line, but it's going to trickle foul. Matthews stays in and does the right thing. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, had his angle set, and you have to. Like anything that is middle, like back towards the pitcher, Walker is in your kitchen. I mean, he is crashing hard from first base. You got to be able to get that down the third base line, make the third baseman make this play.
Cardinals have 6 sacrifice bunts this year. Victor Scott has 5 of them. Pages has the other one.
You'll see as this play develops, Chip, Walker just creeping closer and closer.
Check of the runner. He took a strike.
This is the one that he wanted to bunt and let it go. He's mad at himself. Now you got to figure out somehow, some way, get him over there.
He can't do it. Pages tied up. So rare unproductive at bat for St. Louis in that spot. 1 on, 1 out, and Victor will be taken down.
Four-seam fastball just darted in there. I don't think anybody expected that one. Pages definitely didn't with the swing. Neither did Diaz behind the plate.
So Joel Pozo grabs a bat. He'll come on and pinch hit. Pozo's been excellent in these situations in a Cardinal uniform. After Pozo, you've got J.J. Weatherholt. 1 on, 1 out, tie game in the 9th inning. Pozo up for the 9th time with a runner in scoring position, has a couple of hits, including a double. Turn it loose. That's what you like to see from your pinch hitter. Be aggressive.
But Joel's talked about it. He's been asked, how do you keep ready for these spots? And he said, look, he prepares like he's going to play anyhow, and then he's down in the cage. He knows when these spots might end up coming up, always keeping his body ready for that big swing.
Now some more work to be done. It's 0-2. Leadoff double. Pages couldn't get a bunt down. Now Pozo way behind in the count, and he wants to talk it over with himself. Shot towards second. That will get the man to third. That hurts. 2 outs. That would have been enough to get the run home, perhaps. We'll never know, but can J.J. Weatherholt bail us out again with the runner at 3rd and 2 outs?
That is the plan right now. J.J. with a 2 RBI single in the 5th inning. And he, as you know, he's going to be ready early. He gets something up in the zone that he likes. He will let it rip. King knew that too. Good sweeper down and away.
Tons of room on the left side for Weatherholt. They're pitching him that way. Let's see if he can stay back and lace a single. Even count. 2-run hit in the Cardinals' 5th for Mr. Weatherholt. Fermin, the go-ahead run at 3rd. Took a shot at left, but the Cardinals down to their last strike in the 9th. Good stop. That saved a run. It's 3-2.
Felt like King had to rush that one. It took him a minute with the crowd being loud. He couldn't hear. He had to put his glove over his ear to hear the pitch come and then rush that delivery a bit.
Did he get hit? Yes, he did. A glancing blow. Weatherholt plunked again. He's been hit in 4 straight games, matching the record held by John Jay.
Is that what it is? Really? Again, not a record you're looking to break right there, but this kid does not flinch. Sinker in on the hands, just wears it. Just off that, looked to be forearm, base of the hand.
So King's going to have to see a 5th batter. That batter is Ivan Herrera. Platoon advantage, you figure. in the hands of the Cardinals. Ivan 1 for 4 with an RBI hit.
Well, it certainly was the case last year. Just crushed left-handed pitching.
Tons of room right side for Ivan on the infield. Big lead for Weatherholt. And Herrera turns it loose. Strike one. A double to start the inning. A hit batsman with 2 outs. Still tied 4-4. Nothing in 2. I mean, getting a big lead at third. Anything in the dirt, he might score. Pitch.
That was a good fastball there in on the hands. Wonder if he tries to run a sweeper in there even further. That could be one that gets away also.
Ground ball up the middle. Correa's got it. Flips to Altuve. Close play, but in time. The Astros work around a leadoff double. They'll try to walk off game 3. We're tied 4 apiece.
.org/give.
Welcome back. Tie ball game in the bottom of the 9th. Matthew Liberatore had a quality start today. The defense has been sparkling, and St. Louis still has a chance to sweep the series. And Houston will have the post-game show presented by CarShield coming up after the last out with myself and BT. Chip.
Thank you, Danny. Hopefully we will have a 10th inning as Cam Smith leads off. O'Brien goes to work. Smith takes a strike.
Yeah, there have been plenty of good things to break down in this ball game. I want to talk about fun stuff with Danny after the game. That fun stuff would be this late victory and extras for the Cardinals, but Riley O'Brien right back to work.
Cardinals make a couple of defensive changes. Thomas Jaycee checks into play left. Fermin, who led off with a double, is now in center. A lot of ground to cover, and Jaycee moving around in left. Nasty.
That's some good stuff. 98 riding in on the hands. You took your shots there offensively that last inning. You absolutely understand why you would do that. You've also got Riley O'Brien on the mound, who's predominantly, if he's going to be put in play, he's on the ground. But I do think that Fermin and Jaycee both have done a nice job in the outfield.
Smith thinks it over. He's 0 for 3. 3 flyouts. 1 to left, 1 to center, 1 to right. Got to get the leadoff guy here. O'Brien's ahead 1-2. And a breaking ball, a beauty. That one snapped off sharply. Smith is 0 for 4. There's your first out in the Houston 9th.
Big time pitch here. The sweeper from Riley O'Brien, a little bit slower, perfectly located right at the bottom of the zone. Good way to start the 9th here. Got Yainer Diaz up. Chip, better be careful first pitch. This guy is a free swinger.
He's 1 for 3 with a double. And a tick low. One ball, no strikes.
Yeah, Wise, though, with the sweeper first pitch. You know he's ready to hit a fastball.
Joe Espada's gang just trying to weather the storm until they get some of their big names back. They're 8-14 on the year, but showing some fight today. Good pitch. 1-2. Astros started 8-14 in 2024 and made it to the playoffs. They've done this dance before. But the next several weeks will not be easy for Houston. We've got the Cleveland Guardians, the Orioles, the Red Sox, and Dodgers coming up on the schedule. No swing. Good try. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A really good pitch right there. Very surprised that Diaz was able to hold up on that one.
Strike 3 at the belt. Back-to-back punch-outs looking for Riley O'Brien. And it's Dustin Harris. We saw him get robbed in left. The Astros got Harris on a waiver claim from the White Sox. They also traded for Braden Shoemake, an infielder for the Yankees. Shoemake not yet here in Houston. A strike. When we get to extra innings, we'll have the free base runner. Ivan Herrera will be that guy for the Cardinals. Then the heart of the order. Swing, fly ball center. Fermin back, tracked it immediately, and that will retire the side. So O'Brien, a 1-2-3 night. We have extra innings in Houston, where the Cardinals are 4-0. Right guys are coming up to take the lead. We'll see if that trio can get it done in Game 3. Has gone 4-0 in extra frames.
Yeah, look, that Rally Fredbird has got wins all over it. Ivan Herrera is going to be your automatic runner at second. That young man brought that enormous Fredbird. They didn't buy that at the team store here in Houston. He brought it here to see a victory, and darn it, it's going to see one.
Hope you're right. Cardinals have Alec Burleson up with nobody out. Lefty-lefty matchup, and he's straightened up. We've said it before, visiting team, to feel like you really have a chance, you got to score 2.
You're not dropping down a bunt, that's for sure. You're going right after it. Got to put a pair together. Math totally changes, obviously, for the home team. If Cardinals don't score here, you start playing a little small ball.
Burleson a chance to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. He struck out twice. That's really rare. He'd only struck out 9 times all year before today's play. Swing, shot towards center, but right at him for out number 1. Trammell puts that away. There's the all-important first out. No advance of the runner, and now Jordan Walker is up. He doubled in the Cardinals' 8th. St. Louis couldn't bring him around, but it did extend Walker's hit streak to 14. No challenge. It was off the plate. Cardinals have 1 challenge left.
There's a reminder, too, in extra innings, you do get another challenge. If you are out of them, you get another one back each extra inning.
So the count truly is even here. 1-1. On the ground to third. Bobbled. Walker flying down the line, beats the wrap. There's a gift. Matthews kicks it, and everybody's safe, first and second with 1 out.
Let's see if the Cardinals can make this one hurt. They've been doing a really good job this year of capitalizing on others' mistakes. The hustle has not ended. Jordan Walker hit this one hard, busted out of the box.
Arias is going to grab a bat and come on and pinch hit for Gorman here. Nolan 0 for 4. Already seen out of the Astros bullpen Kaiwei Tang. We've seen De Los Santos. Okert from the left side. King here. They've used Abreu, Bluebaugh, and Colton Gordon a lot in this series. So Ali taking a shot here with Arias with 2 on and 1 out in the 10th. 35 games with the Astros for Urias last year. Hit 3 homers. How about one right here for the Cardinals? The pitch. Stevie right call. Outfield straightaway, deep, tons of room down the left field line. Taken high.
Now they're really working to make sure that Urias does not get extended there. Trying to work him in.
Upstairs. Hard hitting Mason Wynn waiting next.
You know there's nothing more that the hometown kid would love to do than have a swing of the bat that puts their Cardinals on top late.
Did that hit him? It did. Urias gets plunked by a pitch. So the Cardinals have the bases loaded without benefit of a hit. And it will be the St. Louis shortstop with a chance to be a hero tonight.
Now this team has a way of making it interesting. We've talked about it a lot. You never know what you're going to get on a given night. How are they going to win? It had been powering up the last couple of days in this one. We'll see how this one ends up with the right guy here.
I've got the Cardinals being hit by 8 pitches in 3 games in this series. Got to take advantage of that, don't you? Infield in with 1 out. Shot down the line. Mason Wynn's got extra bases. 2-run score. Here comes Urias. They're going to wave him. Here he comes around third. Relay throw. Way late. Mason Wynn with a bases clearing double makes it 7-4.
Look at the family and friends of Mason Wynn. They are loving it. Hometown kid coming up big again, Chip. Unreal. Game 1 of the series, the 2 RBI single. Game 2, the 2-run homer. And Game 3 in extras, the double down the line that clears the bases.
3 hits, 3 RBIs for Wynn. The Cardinals 3 runs on 1 hit in the 10th inning. Now have a 7-4 lead. They find a way. Somehow, some way, they find a way.
Huge. This team is fun, man. This is a fun club to watch.
So here's Fermin. He doubled in the 9th. (7-4) Cardinals have the lead. And in the bullpen, Justin Brule is playing catch. Trammell, a left-hander, Correa, a right-hander, and Alvarez, the lefty, scheduled for Houston. The 0-2 is high. A ball and 2 strikes. Two gigantic mistakes for Houston has led to 3 St. Louis runs. And good teams, or teams that are playing good, if you will, take advantage of those mistakes. St. Louis has done that more often than not the first 3 weeks.
They have capitalized. They've done a good job of just hustling, playing the game the right way.
There's a line drive to short. Good base running by Mason to get back for Cardinals. 2 outs, and Pedro Pajes next. Cardinals for the moment able to survive a missed bunt opportunity in the 9th. Pajes looking to reach for a 3rd time today. He does have an infield hit and run scored. He wants to know if that's going to be the zone in the bottom of the 10th. 1 pitch. High pop into shallow center. Altuve calls for the fair catch. He'll squeeze that, and the side is retired. 3 runs, 1 hit, an error, and a hit batsman. The Cardinals 3 outs away from an improbable extra inning sweep in Houston. Well, sometimes all it takes is a little home cooking to get you going. Mason Wins had a whale of a series for the Cardinals. A bases clearing double in the top of this 10th inning gives the Cardinals a 3-run lead. And Brad, now it's Justin Brule's turn to answer the Chevy call to the bullpen.
Well, go ahead. The veteran Brule, look at his numbers in 11 games. He has been worked quite a bit here as of late, but you like the matchup. Got a couple of lefties coming up in this inning. Dustin Harris going to be your automatic runner.
Taylor Trammell has tripled and scored. And lifts the first one to the left side. Arias chases it down. He stays in the game at third for the Cardinals. And it's a quick strike for the Astros outfielder. Liberatore, Stanek, Romero, O'Brien, now Brule for the Cardinals. Houston's late rally took away a chance for Libby to win the game, but he pitched great. Stanek a 1-2-3 inning. We'll see if Brule can finish off the sweep. Same story for the Cardinals relief corps as it is for the Astros. Don't help them out. Throw strikes. Crossfire delivery, a beauty. Oddly enough for Justin, it's been the lefty batters that have been perplexingly tough for him. He's walked 8 batters, 3 left-hand hitters on the season.
Probably a lot of those sliders just couldn't land them or didn't get somebody to fish on them.
1-2. Little tapper that slowly hit. Brule can't get it. JJ glove flip too late. Infield hit. So it's Houston's turn to try to answer. They've got first and third, nobody out.
Well, you make your pitch. A good fastball in the outer half got him to roll over. Take another one of those ground balls. Just a little more on it. Turn 2 here.
Correa next. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a sacrifice fly. You got Alvarez, then Altuve. The Astros have their buzzsaw batters coming up. They're down 3. They've got 3 outs left. And a little high. 1 ball, no strikes. This place in so many ways as a team on defense is like being at Coors Field. You just never feel comfortable no matter the score. There's a little fly ball that's harmless everywhere else isn't here.
No, you're right. This is one where we've seen it. We've seen these games ride some different waves.
Now can he finish off Correa? A ball and 2 strikes. Little tapper. Play at the plate. No, they got him in a rundown. That throw's going to get 2 Astros in scoring position. There's the tag. Harris on contact was coming home. Good base running by Trammell and Correa. They're in scoring position. And now a real choice for Ollie.
Yeah, the Astros salvage this one as best as possible. A good job by Brule not to panic. Go right at your runner.
So it's lefty-lefty with Alvarez. You've got Altuve and Walker next. Gordon Graceffo is up in the St. Louis bullpen. You've got to face Alvarez here in a spot where he can tie the game again. Told you his tremendous numbers, lefty-lefty. And just off the plate, ball one.
Yeah, this is where, as a pitcher, you're being incredibly smart. This is a guy that will also take his walks, but you do have a place to put him. There is no reason to give in this at-bat.
So Harris out, 1-5-2 between third and the plate. Chanel all the way around to third. Correa took second. Cardinals 2 outs away. The pitch. Popped him up. Will it stay in play? Over by the Cardinals dugout. It will not. 4 rows up. That would have been nice. 2 balls and a strike.
Just got him reaching on a sweeper. Got a feeling that's what Brule's going to try to do again. If you try to do anything else, it would be running it inside. But you got to run it in off the plate. You don't want to run 3-1. Going to make him try to extend that direction.
Came back with a sweeper and the count 2-2. Alvarez with homers in 3 straight games for Houston, 10 of them on the year. He'll take a hit of any kind here with the Astros down 7-4. And you can hear Brule grunting with every delivery.
You've gone out there now. You've shown him that sweeper 4 times in a row. He's just fouled off a couple. Wonder if it's time to try to run one of those sinkers in off on the hand. You got him in swing mode. Went fastball away.
So it's full.
How about those numbers with 2 strikes? This guy is a tough customer. Another one of those sweepers here, probably.
And a laser down the line. It's amazing how the game always seems to come down to the other guy's best hitter when it matters the most. And here we are with Alvarez and then Altuve, who's had a good day next. You've got 1 out in the 10th. You've got a base open. But if you lose him, then you got no margin for error with a 3-run lead. And Altuve loves to play pepper with the Crawford boxes in left. Again, a 3-2. Lined to short. 2 outs.
Well, what a tough at-bat right there. Brule ends up getting his guy, and Ollie's going to go get Brule. It's going to be Gordon Graceffo chip to face Altuve.
Wow. Graceffo, who's been great in the series. Look at the wry smile for Oliver Marmol. Brule navigates through Alvarez, the Cardinals, and out away in the 10th.
Looking to Jock in the box.
And our white knuckle ride continues in Houston. 2 outs, 2 on, 3-run lead in the 10th. And the Cardinals turn to Gordon Graceffo to hopefully finish this one off.
Yeah, so far so good this year for the highest leverage spot that he has seen so far this season. He was fantastic last night. It was 6 up, 6 down for Graceffo. Guy, though, that he didn't face, the former MVP Jose Altuve.
I'd be very careful on the first pitch with Altuve. With Trammell at third, Correa at second. If you wondered if Graceffo has a save in the big leagues, he does. That was in early May of last year. May 5th, he won against the Pirates. May 6th, he saved the game against the Pirates. And Altuve got a heater. He went for the Crawford boxes and came up empty. 0-1.
I'm along your lines. I'm kind of shocked that he got that heat. Good job, though. 96 kept it up above the zone. Nice curveball off of it.
We got to get out of town, man. This is nerve-wracking. 7-4 in the 10th. We want to see Christian Walker in spring training next year. He's on deck. 2 balls and a strike. Back our way. He's going after Altuve. Got to respect that. Can he get one more strike?
Well, for Graceffo, that four-seam fastball of him, it's his best bolt, right? He throws that. He runs it at the top. He relies heavily on that pitch. If that's what you feel comfortable with in a spot, you got to let it eat.
And Altuve's chased that pitch up in this series. We're about to find out. The 2-2. On the ground, Mason knocks it down, has no play. Infield hit for Altuve. Mason, though, got to that baseball and saved a run. So that scores Trammell. Excuse me, that scores Trammell. Correa to third. Altuve a 3-single game. And now Walker's your batter.
Yeah, this was a big play. Mason did a good job of angling his body out towards the outfield so he could cut that thing off, keep it right where it's at.
So the Astros get one back in the 10th, down to their last strike. It's a 7-5 score, and now Walker is up. 2 walks, a strikeout, and a double play. Both managers using virtually their entire rosters in the wrap-up of this series. On the ground to third. Tricky hop. Arias stayed with it. Throws to second, and the Cardinals have swept the Astros. 7-5 your final score. Graceffo saves it, and the Cardinals, with a big hit from Mason Wynn, have a happy flight ahead.
What a game. What a roller coaster in this one, and a big victory. The Cardinals are rolling right now. A little bit of everybody has something to do with it. Congratulations to Graceffo, the first save of the season. Mason Wynn, welcome home. The big 3 RBI single down the line. That was fantastic.
Cardinals are 5-0 in extra innings. They sweep away Houston. And just a team effort all the way around, as we've seen, Brad, during this incredible streak.
Yeah, look, it's what I've loved about this ball club this year is if somebody has a struggle, somebody is there to pick them up. That is what we've seen throughout the season so far from these guys. So all smiles, and should be for all these ball clubs.
5-game winning streak. The Cardinals 13-8, and Mason Wynn, he's been waiting. We've been waiting for him to go off. How about 7 RBIs in the 3-game set?
Home cooking will do it. Game 1, it was the 2 RBI single. Today, it was the big double down the line to bring in 3. Mason Wynn, again, you knew it was coming for him. He's healthy. The knees feel good offensively. He's going to be set up for a big year. Family, friends are here. He gave them a lot to cheer about.
And he's given us a lot to cheer about, too. As Ollie and the Cardinals celebrate, Mason Wynn joins Danny Wexelman.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Your hit is the game winner in extras. What allows you to thrive in moments like that?
I mean, I just try to, just trust the preparation. Just trusting what we're doing in the cages with the hitting staff, and I just wanted to go out there, try to do a job. Tried to hit the ball in the air, but sometimes it pays to be lucky, so that was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, lucky or talented, and back home, like, how nice is it being here and doing that in front of your family?
It's the best. I mean, I got 30 of them up there screaming my name, so knowing that they're backing me up every second of the way is amazing, and knowing I got these great teammates behind me as well is also a blessing.
Yeah, you guys do a shout-out line. I know when you go back down in that tunnel, a full, complete team win. Who are you shouting out today?
Honestly, probably just the whole pitching staff. They let us be in the game. All 3 games, and it's a tough job to go out there, especially against that lineup. So honestly, probably just the whole pitching staff, the whole series.
I mean, it's a ton of ground balls from the staff. How much fun is that playing behind them?
Oh, I love it. I was making fun of Libby because I don't think I got a single one from him today. But no, I mean, that's what they do. They're pitch to contact, and we got a great defense behind them for a reason.
You shared a special story with me in spring about your glove and your mentor, Anthony Young, your father figure who passed away. You knew him in Houston. Do you think about him in these moments?
Always, yeah. He's always with me. I know he's looking down on me. You know, he's always on my glove, so I know he's with me every step of the way. His family's here as well today, so, you know, I'm glad I got to show out for him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Guys.
Thank you very much, Danny. The Cardinals have their first sweep of the season. They are rolling. Cardinals will have a share of first place, we figure, in the Central when we start hostilities with the Marlins tomorrow night.
Take the momentum to Miami again. Everybody's got to feel good about this one. You want to talk about using a whole roster. We've seen it all. Can't wait to see what's in store in Miami.
Dustin May looks for his third terrific start in a row. Max Meyer, his opponent. First pitch, 5:40 in Miami. Brad and I will see you then. Brad and Danny have the Cardinals post-game show from Houston coming right up.